Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MIRRORMOURN. Thank you for your patience. We are in the middle of a dungeon, a return to a dungeon. So we are actually starting off, I think, right on the brink of combat. Let's do a quick character introduction and a very quick recap, and then we'll be probably rolling for initiative.
Hello, my name is Warsor, and I play Walykos, level 5 Paragon of the Trickster.
I am Vince, and I am playing Vapor, the level 5 Wild Magic Sorcerer.
I am Nick. I am playing Adriel, the level 4 Swashbuckling Rogue. One milestone away from 5.
I'm Adam, and I'm playing Aygir, who is a level 5 Armorer Artificer.
So, last session, just for a real brief recap, Adriel and Walykos were fleeing from a failed kidnapping, it seems, job at the Tether. You had one halfling remaining from the halfling burglar thief escapade party who had survived, but he didn't survive for long because Adriel murdered him. Walykos was racked with his affliction, his curse that torments him with pain, and his arms seem to want to be grafting into, or merging into his body. Adriel provided a remedy of the smoke.
Grove Sheen.
The good Grove Sheen, mind you. And Walykos saw a vision of a grand white raven and a premonition, a voice saying, "Follow the white raven." So we'll see what happens there. You all reconvened back in Barnacle. You decided, let's meet up at our arcane sanctum and let's get back into the lava dungeon because we need to see exactly how deep this place goes, what lies beneath. There's some unexplored areas. You managed to get through the one wall of fire. You encountered a big chain racker trap. You defeated that. You went on a long corridor. Oh, you also found a second obsidian shard, which function as activation keys for these big lips.
Which opens up a whole nother section of the dungeon to us.
Yeah, we'll see what that's all about. And you went down this eastern corridor. You came into a smaller area, smaller section, or subsection maybe it is. And there are some stairs heading downwards right there. And there's some kind of archway with an inscription. And then this looks like yet another lift right there to the south wall. And there is the sound that you have heard before of movement of multiple legs and automaton biomechanical bits. Roll yourselves some initiatives, fellows.
Certainly. Let's see. Okay.
21.
8 for Vapor.
15 for Walykos.
Aygir has a 12.
Okay, so I heard a 21. Who was that?
Adriel.
Adriel. Okay, after 21.
15 for Walykos.
Okay.
12.
Vapor was 8.
Yep, which means, like last time, Vapor's probably going to get grabbed by this damn thing.
You'll be fine. It's not like you have any vulnerabilities to fire or anything.
What? So, Adriel, you have quick reflexes and you spring into action. What do you do?
All right.
Sounds like it's over here, just on the other side of this wall.
Oof. This is the problem with going first. You never know what to do. I think I'll just I'll get my crossbow, or not my crossbow, my short bow, and I'll just get around the corner there, that top corner, if that makes sense. Yeah, right there, and I'll just I'll bonus action hide, and then I will ready an action for if I see anything come out.
There is indeed another one of these strange biomechanical creatures that are lingering around from the era of when the giants controlled this some decades past. Roll your stealth check, if you will.
Alrighty. You know how much I love rolling those. 26.
Okay. And you're readying a shot with your
My crossbow or my short bow.
short bow. Okay. Fine and well. The creature itself is moving. Let me know if you want to shoot the thing at any point here.
Yeah, I'd probably shoot it like right when I can see it. Yeah, right when it gets in
probably
range, yeah.
there because
Yeah.
you're about to lose cover from it. Okay.
Sounds good.
Go ahead, take your shot with advantage.
Yay! Sneak attack. Oh boy. Alrighty. 22. Good thing I had advantage. The first one was a 12.
That definitely hits.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay, so that's going to be 9 damage from the short bow, and then my sneak attack. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm sneezing. My sneak attack will be 2d6, which is 7, so 16 damage altogether.
16 altogether. Okay, so you fire an arrow. It hits in a spot that's vulnerable. That worked quite well, and you've drawn a lot of attention to yourself. It comes up to grasp at you with its pincery iron claws surrounded by some kind of crustacean carapace. And here is a claw attack. 19 to hit.
That does indeed hit, yeah.
That does indeed hit you. All right. It squeezes for 10 bludgeoning damage.
That's painful.
And it grapples you.
Oh, do I have a chance to get out, or?
On your turn, you can use an action for an
Oh,
escape
I see.
attempt.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It has a second claw. Well, let me see what we have going on here. Yep, it has a second claw. That is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit, thankfully.
Right. You bat that out of the way, and it has in these strange, maybe we'll call them chin tendrils. It's grasping onto these metal prod things that crackle with lightning. And it attempts to just, jab one of them into you.
Got 3 attacks. Holy crap.
Yep. A 9 is probably not going to do it.
Nope.
So you just, get a little bit of snapping and crackling in your one ear, but it does not actually damage you. It then drags you. It has to go at half speed. So it only does like 5 feet of movement, but it does that. And we now go to Walykos.
Walykos!
Yeah. Let go of him, I shout as Walykos dives forward, taking his dagger out and just, going to town at this thing. Actually, we don't know anything about this. We never made knowledge checks, did we?
I don't think so.
To know,
No one
vulnerabilities.
succeeded on a knowledge check on such a creature.
I'm not going to make one now. I wouldn't know where to begin, basically, with my character. So I'm just going to go at it with my dagger. Can I... Are you all right with this? I just want to check with you, Esper. Master of Masks gives you a plus 1d6 on the next attack that you make after having used it. Are you okay with me have used my Master of Masks at some point just to have a plus 1d6 for the next attack that I would make? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if that's something that you think you reasonably would have done, then yeah.
I think I would have done it. I just don't recall if I've used an attack since the last time I used it. So okay. Just wanted to clear it with you so that you didn't wonder where that d6 was coming from. Cool. I'm gonna attack with my dagger. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, you've struck it.
All right. So first attack, D10 plus the D6. Oh, that's low damage. That's only 8 damage. That was pretty much almost the minimum I could roll.
Oh,
But
that's how it be sometimes. All right,
but I have an extra attack.
Did you approached it?
Yes, I have to get up next to it to attack.
Okay. You approach it, your dagger concealed through your shifting form, and you catch it somewhat unawares, but didn't land a direct hit or anything. Just probably a glancing off.
But
of
I
its
have
carapace.
2 attacks at 5th level now, so I get another attack.
Indeed.
Does a no? That's not going to do it. 10's not going to do it.
All right. Clacks off of the carapace of the creature, and we go to Aygir.
Walykos is too distraught right now. Got too many things on his brain.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, it's within 30 feet, right? Even if I have to go around Walykos to get to it?
Yeah.
Cool. Aygir's going to charge on in there with his thunder weapons drawn and bring both of them to bear for a total of 3 attacks, because he's dual wielding and has extra attacks. He's 5th level.
Ooh, nice.
Which are going to be a 14, a 21, and a 20 not natural to hit.
The first strike glances off of the creature's carapace, and the second 2 are direct hits.
All right.
And this is like your armor suit that you're pummeling with, right?
Yep, which is adding my intelligence modifier to damage as well. And it's also an enhanced weapon, so it's like a +1. So I am going to be doing 23 damage right there.
That is a solid amount of damage. The spots that you hit, you see this little crack, fissure through the carapace of the thing, and it winces.
And until the start of my next turn, a distracting pulse from my armor will give it disadvantage to attack anybody but me.
Nice.
Interesting. That's cool.
Which is something
very defender.
I might have been inconsistently remembering this whole time, but I'm going to make a point of it now.
All right.
It's definitely one of the coolest abilities that come with that feature, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's really cool. Vapor, it is your turn. The creature has like this nasty crack running through it. It's been pretty well
Effed up.
Yeah, ravished by your allies.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of what I can do.
Oh, there's a lot you could do.
Yes, but the problem is most of my spells are
Psychic.
or they're either psychic or electrical.
Give yourself
Thunder,
to it to
lightning,
save me.
elementals. So it's very difficult for me to do where that I might not be able to do anything to this.
I mean, it's not immune to electricity, is it? I don't think we.
No, but who's
But
held
he
in
would,
the metal
hit me.
claw?
He would hit me though. He would hit me though if he did it because of the elect. It would go through the claw.
Well, okay.
Please don't shock me. I already lost 10 hit points.
What would Vapor do? Yeah.
See, the thing is, I think he would actually shock the creature because that's his strongest magic there.
Hey man, go for it if that's
Yeah,
okay for you.
I think he would do that. So he would be dropping a Stormbolt on this
I
thing.
think I do take less damage than it actually takes if I remember how it worked last time. So
I mean,
I did that on a call lightning spell. I don't know if I would do it on just a cantrip.
because lightning takes the least resistant path to the ground, so it's not going to necessarily run through its arm into you, then back to
I
the
just
ground.
did it with the call lightning because it seems like this like big striking bolt of lightning, as opposed to just a minor,
oh, I
dart.
see. So I might not even take any damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Aygir, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to move around for a clearer shot?
I'll call some lightning down on you, Adriel.
Vapor would move.
All right. So you skirt around over to something like that and go ahead and take your shot with advantage.
Okay, that advantage was needed because otherwise that would have been so 19 with advantage.
That is definitely a hit.
Okay. And double check that. So at level 5, does the Stormbolt increase?
2d8. Mhm.
2d8? Okay,
Yep.
just making sure. right, that's 6 points of damage. I imagine Adriel will get like a minor static shock from the discharge.
Yeah, I probably get like a little shock there.
You
That's-
get a zap of a quarter of a hit point of damage, and the thing.
I'll note that. You know.
All right, the thing ceases to function.
Oh,
Really?
does it like let go of me?
Yep, it's
Okay.
it's- yeah.
Oh, I imagine like when it
anymore,
falls,
so you can just like pull
I
yourself.
kind of
out
like
of it
pull
easily.
myself out. Like, ugh. Oh my god, that was something.
I
Out of curiosity,
expected
just
more.
out of curiosity, how hot is like this room in comparison to the other
The
rooms?
same as the others, yeah. Pretty,
Okay,
pretty
all right.
damn
Because
well
I, if it was warmer, I could see Vapor just unleashing just Stormbolt after Stormbolt, of just in frustration of the heat.
formed.
But if it's not even hotter, he's already been dealing with it. He's not gonna.
Oh, I
It's
think.
sweltering, and for you, hellish.
Yeah.
So is combat over? Is my first question.
Correct.
This one, because,
Yes.
Okay. Good. I rush over to Adriel and I'm like, "Are you all right, Adriel?"
Yeah, I think I did it. I think it might have cracked a rib, but I think I'll be fine.
Aygir, can you apply your healing magic over here?
I can do that. Should not be hard.
Okay.
It's only as difficult as you make it if you don't sit still. Yeah, he'll go ahead and cast Cure Wounds
I appreciate that.
for 8.
Hey, that actually gets me almost back to max. Well, I was at 29, and then I typed 27 on my character sheet by mistake instead of 37. Like, you damaged me. You finished breaking the rib.
Well, how
No,
else is he gonna heal?
Yeah,
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 break it
now-
away first.
I kind of have a sigh in relief. Oh, thank you, Aygir. That was that thing hurt. I understand where you're coming from now, Vapor. Why you're so mad at these things.
Well, it seems like there's more defenders down here than we knew there was always a chance, but I didn't expect the dungeon to continue on this far. Maybe we should. Do we need to rest? How are you on spells, Aygir and Vapor?
I've not used much of my own resources. I can keep going. And you, Vapor?
I unfortunately do not have access to the higher of my spells, but I still have a good number of them at hand.
Do you think that you're able to continue, or should we rest? I'm feeling fine myself after the healing magic Aygir did.
A rest would not help me in any such way down here.
All right, then
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
then perhaps I should scout forward to make sure we don't run into these things.
Before we split up and go get ourselves killed, let's check down below where that thing came from and see what it was guarding. Like, it looks like one other of those lifts, and maybe there's a key left in the lift, just in case we don't, we're collecting these. Maybe we can get more enough that we can all go together.
Agreed. Yes.
So, I do a once over of the creature just to make sure that it isn't carrying anything or doesn't have anything,
Mm-hmm.
on it.
You take a look at it. Yeah, Aygir might be able to salvage some parts from it if he was inclined.
Are those shocker things that it was using? Could we potentially take those?
All right, yeah, I'll focus on trying to get some of those out.
Yeah, because that seems like it could be turned into a weapon.
So, Aygir, you take off these two just metal bars, really, these kind of prods, and they have these like little nodules affixed to them. There's two of the things. You get it unwrapped from its chin tendrils, and well, you've never used something like this before, but you could probably figure it out.
Perhaps we could use that to make some kind of lightning blade.
You and blades. Everything is turned into a blade. It's not that easy, You need some amount of skill.
That skill, Aygir?
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. If anybody does, it's me.
He's just saying, we don't have it. Clearly, you see, it's all the part of being an inventor. You have to make sure everyone else knows how inferior they are to you.
It's true. It's true.
Out of character, would you think that somebody were to use one of these in some artificial artificing, would it be on par power-wise with like a cap of water breathing, goggles of night, sending stones, or wand of secrets?
He's trying to figure out if he can
That would
use
be
his
second level
artificer
feature.
infusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at these prods. Make an Arcana check. Let's see what you can decipher from them.
Alrighty. Might not be as much as one would think. Yeah, that's not bad. 13. No, sorry, 15.
15. Okay. So you experiment with them for a little bit and you get them to function. What you've determined is that someone needs to have the ability to produce lightning on their own, like this creature could generate it. You could do it. A Vapor could do it too. You've both got these like lightning cantrips, so you have ways of channeling electricity into them, so to say. And you can use them as like light melee weapons that deal lightning damage. Or you could hold on to them and use them for something else, like as some kind of component or ingredient or whatever. Are they as good as Cap of Water Breathing? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Cap of
If
Water
I
Breathing
were to turn them into an item.
Cap of Water Breathing is an uncommon item, right?
Yeah.
They work really well, you imagine, with that creature because it can channel a lot of power into them. In your hands and Vapor's hands, is it better than a Stormbolt? Well, not necessarily, but it's a melee weapon. Maybe that could be useful in some circumstance. You don't write off, just gauge this as being a more valuable thing than a Cap of Water Breathing.
I'm going to real quick, Esper, use my Master of Mass to re-up my plus 1d6 for the next attack. Yeah. Let's do a little ripple.
You have altered your appearance?
Yeah. Maybe my horn curls slightly differently, in a different direction.
I do like that idea of Walykos, like his details shifting from time to time.
And everyone's like, wait, did he always have his hair like that?
Wasn't the mole on the other side of your face? I have a mole?
Yeah, that's pretty classic. I like it.
All right. So what do you all reckon now?
I would like to explore to the south, to down of the map a little bit.
It seems like the way that there is to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's the stairs and other things, but this is the dead end that we should explore first, kind of.
So to our direct right, is that a wall as well?
He's talking about the sharp. Okay.
Yes. As far as you can tell, the lift and those stairs are the only two exits, and there's no other nook or other
nor
room.
The rest of the map that may have been there once.
Yep.
Cool. So let's check the lift. Esper, do we see any keys left? Maybe someone left their elevator key in the lift.
Well,
there are no keys. Though it looks identical to the other lift. There's like 6 different panels that could each hold a slot, and someone determined that it functions if there's one key per person
standing in the lift. Yep, that makes sense. Just do a quick look around the alcove where the thing came out of, just to make sure that there's nothing of value in there.
If you'd like, make an investigation or perception, whatever your style is.
12.
No, it seems like many of the places you've seen before.
Okay.
A lot of structural damage and some kind of elemental racking of something that went haywire here. or maybe
All right.
something that was like self-destructed.
So do we want to go deeper is the question. I feel like Walykos might be like kind of looking around and thinking to himself like maybe we should prepare a little bit more or something for this, but he's down to go deeper if everyone
I mean,
else.
in
There is
character
a detail.
here.
There is a detail that I forgot to mention. Sorry. That first lift that you saw, the icon indicated that the lift would take the occupants down. This
Let's
one
go
is
up.
the opposite of that.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's actually more interesting to me. I'm kind of curious. Watch us just show up in Drakestone's like main, parlor or something.
Or like
Just-
in his wine cellar or something.
Yeah, it just lifts up out of the floor right in the throne room.
Or we find ourselves in the middle of just a room full of mist with nothing visible, and then you hear the sound of creaking leg supports and a voice. Oh, you're back.
What?
Sitting there in Connor's Spindle's study.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I completely missed your reference there. I thought you were referencing a video game or a movie or something.
I referenced this campaign, man. I'm on that level, on my level.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, in character here, I think Aygir is saying,
Well, we only have 2 though. Let's use the stairs because we can all use it,
yes,
and then we can come back here and decide who's going to ride this up because it could be another way out. Like it could be a quick exit.
Or alternatively, down there we find 1 or 2 more shards, and then
we can all use the elevator lifts. Yeah, I agree.
There is an archway, a heavy, strong-looking archway that is framing these stairs leading downwards.
Does it have words in giant?
Yeah. Yep. There are 3 icons that look like giants' heads, like stylized icons of giants' heads, and they look very prestigious. That might be the one word to describe them. Menacing. One of them, Walykos, you clearly identify as an icon of Baal Vonder.
Yeah.
So there's Baal Vonder, and there's 2 others that look like maybe they're of
Baal.
His ilk or of his rank.
Yeah.
And then there is an inscription in Giant. I believe someone in here speaks Giant.
Someone should, hopefully.
Vapor has comprehend languages, I think. Nobody spoke Giant that I remember. But
Giant.
Oh, I don't think any of us spoke Giant.
I am mistaken. Okay.
Not at the moment. Maybe it'll change.
I mean, can I change my language real fast to Giant?
No.
Stick one of your thieves' tools into your brain through your ear and do a little Jimmy. I'm going to have you roll thieves' tools checks. If you fail, you kill yourself.
Okay.
I got
But if
this.
you
I got
succeed,
this.
You rewire one of your languages.
In
Yeah,
fact, I'll
let's
do it to not Vapor, to Adriel. I'm here, Adriel. I got these tools.
But you're not proficient. Exactly.
it's electric. It's electric shock therapy. You stick the little prongs in.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Adriel's got a lightning prod out of each ear.
And right before he does it, he's going to whisper in Adriel's ear, I know
So-
what you did.
So I just want to say as well, it goes real quick to the others. I can't understand these words, but that's Baal Vonder. I'm certain of it. I point at the face. That's Baal Vonder. So they all get a look at what he looks like, just in case they need to recognize him for future. If Walykos dies or something, who knows?
you did say that
Stylized in stone relief, these like staunch, menacing giant faces with these highly stylized, severe helmets.
You did say that base was title or rank.
Yeah,
So I guess these others are the
They're-
base.
they're similar rank. It would seem to me.
That's what it seems to you. It seems like all 3 are Balin.
And yet they construct these to lead us among their kind as other species might to gods. Are they god kings?
I have no idea how to answer that. I wasn't a giant myself. I just worked for one for a little while.
Perhaps we should explore but tread cautiously.
Well, maybe we should figure out what this says. Because there could be some sort of magical... Like, can you detect magic?
No, I cannot. No, I know you're not.
I'm talking to Vapor.
I know. It's like Walykos. We've grown up together. You know I can't do that.
Well, you might have learned recently.
Yeah,
If
as I
need
killed
to
the halfling.
detect magic, I can.
Well, I feel like this is just too... It's too obvious. There's something with this archway. And maybe maybe I'm overthinking it, but
Perhaps we have a way of uncovering the language. Vapor, Aygir, do you have some magic that could determine this for us?
Oh, look at you. You know magic. Oh, can your magic do this? Can your magic do that? Your
All
magic
right.
is all
Let's go back.
powerful. Yes.
Guess we got to leave the place and let them stay here and try and figure
Wait,
out
wait,
how to
wait,
speak
wait, wait. Hold on. I'm going to write it down. If we need to go anywhere, we go to see Connor Spindle. He would probably know if anyone.
Yeah, we'll see about that after we get out of here.
Hey,
While you guys are having this conversation, you're hearing Vapor mutter like under his breath, and if you listen closely, it's in Primordial. He's casting Detect Magic and no Wild Magic Surge.
Okay. You reach out with divining senses. You do not detect any magic on the archway or the stairs. The only thing that we could maybe somewhat count as magic is just all this magma. It's not like it's magical fire per se, but you know that is something magical triggered it. You know, there's not normally just lava underneath this.
It's kind of like a white noise in the background. There's something there that's caused this, but there's not enough of it to be able to focus and figure out what it is.
Well, it appears that the best course of action is 1, go back to Conda Spindle, figure out what this says, or 2, move forward cautiously.
I've written it down. If we are to proceed, we can go talk to him later. That is always something we can do.
I mean, sure.
All right. Heading down the stairs.
Yep.
It's quite hot and uncomfortable in here, so standing around and debating is... is
I'm guessing Walykos and Adriel will be in the front, and Aygir and Vapor in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, this
I'm gonna
could
make-
still be a trap. That's
I'm gonna
not
make sure I've got my
magic.
map right here.
Yeah, I guess if it matters, like at least Adriel would be going very cautiously, like very slowly, very carefully, looking everywhere, like basically constantly perceiving to make sure he's not stepping on any traps or anything
You're
like that.
looking for traps specifically, not
Exactly. Yeah.
So you all are moving at a slow pace and searching for things as you go along, and I'll go ahead and just like volunteer out if you might come upon something and let you know when to roll a check, right?
Sounds
so
good.
We'll find
you
out.
go down these stairs. It's not a huge flight of stairs, but it is like a couple landings down, and it's much less hot down here, and there is no fire or lava. And you're pretty far underground, so
Vapor must love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a relief to everyone, and particularly for Vapor. I've put your characters in this order, but as always, feel free to let me know if you want to be otherwise.
I think Walykos would be next to me, maybe.
Vapor's going to lean down, just like crouch down and touch the floor. How cool is the floor?
Cool enough to where it feels good to you.
Okay, he's literally just going to lay down on the floor right there.
Okay, yeah, you lay, and
Adriel will like look
Enjoy the
over his
relief.
shoulder.
Well,
Adriel
it
will look
moves
over his
forward.
shoulder. Yeah, Adriel will look over his shoulder while moving forward and say, Vapor, we have to keep moving. And then he'll walk forward with Walykos.
5 minutes.
Oh man, it feels even cooler over here in the room.
You see the hand reach up with the single finger extended.
So there are a couple features of note in this
Yeah.
chamber. This is what appears to be a stone door on the other side. It's a pretty basic thing. There's just like a basic place where you can like grip it with your hand and push or and push or pull. Yeah, there's a little grip on it. Otherwise, you don't really see mechanisms or anything in it. There's no keyhole or some such thing. In the center of the room is a big bronze disc. It's like, the diameter of it is about as tall as a person is. So it's a pretty good sized bronze disc. There are symbols engraved into the bronze disc, various symbols. The walls of the room have panels on them. There's a number of panels, and each panel has some kind of scene depicted in relief. So, like, there is a scene of a battle, and you see, giants and like their dwarven minions or dwarven grunt soldiers battling against, elven invaders. And there's a scene of a burnt offering of dwarves offering up this burnt offering to whatever entity. And there's a scene of like a giant climbing up a mountainside. There's an execution. There's a sphinx. There's just a variety of different panels that each depict some scene happening. All is still, all is quiet. It is.
Is there anything on the
There's two within above.
brass disc again? I think you might have said it. Maybe I missed it.
On the bronze disc, it's being held in some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a stand, right? It has a base, a nice secure
frame.
base, so it's standing upright, and
Is it almost like a gong?
Has a number of symbols, kind of like a gong but thicker. It doesn't look like it's an instrument. It has a number of symbols or like icons in relief on the surface of the disc.
So, Artificer, I think this is your department. Seems like some sort of controls and maybe some sort of room with a purpose. So, you want to go in there alone, or what do you think? This is your area.
Could just be a room for trying on giant clothes. That could be a mirror.
Doesn't look like a mirror. Why would you make a mirror out of bronze?
It's a nice enough metal. Why
They
would you not?
'Cause it
Also,
doesn't
no, I'm not
reflect very
going in
well.
alone. I never go into these rooms alone. I might stay behind it a little bit extra to see if there's, something
All right,
what
well,
might be hiding. But
Would
I'm
you
not
like
gonna
us to? Would you like us to hold your hand while you go in there, Aygir?
I'd like to cut off your lousy hands while we go in there. No, I'm just going to
Walykos
go in
walks
there,
up
and
to
you're
the
going to
bronze
follow me
thing.
because I say so.
All right. And Vapor, you still have detect magic as long as you wanted to keep concentrating on it.
All right, so
I was going to say he's got it still going. He's going to have it run the full 10 minutes.
all right,
Yep. Thank you for moving me, Esper.
yeah, Aygir will be in there as well, looking around as he does, just to see if any of the particular reliefs are like, I don't know, sticking further out or painted in a certain way or otherwise.
Actually, something like that does happen, and it actually happens when Walykos approaches. When Walykos approaches the bronze disc, one of the panels begins to emit a soft glow, and this panel that has now been highlighted is something like a scene of harvesters, and there's a man holding a scythe in one hand, and he's resting his other hand on a stone wheel, and there's a woman holding a sickle in one hand and a mortar and pestle in the other.
Seems to think that there's a harvest going on, or else a metaphor. Perhaps if you touch
Are we
it,
just
you'll be
guessing? Is that
cut
what we're
down
doing?
and ground into dust? Or
Are we just saying words? Guess words?
I put a comment of what I just read off to you about
Okay.
the illuminated panel.
all right.
Okay, cool.
By this point, I would think Vapor would peel himself off the cool floor
Hey, Esper. This
and
bronze
head into
disc,
the room.
with the symbols on it. Are any of the symbols glowing now or doing anything?
No symbols are glowing, but since you're up close to it, you can see what the symbols are.
Yeah.
They're engraved into the disc. There's a number of them. An apple, a baby, castle, chalice, coin, feather, king, moon, queen, wheat, skull, spider, sun, sword, talisman, wand. I will put a comment with the disc.
It's emojis. This was their ancient texting system, and they had emojis in the ancient giant culture.
Now, out of character here completely, Aygir does not know this unless he makes a knowledge check, but this
You know about emojis.
gives me fairly heavy deck of many things in another form vibes. So
Maybe it does.
maybe
But
we
guess
should
what?
be cautious with it.
Oh,
Cautious. You mean like this as I press one of the symbols?
All right, do you go for it?
Do you press any particular one, or you just randomly touch?
Let's press the coin.
All right, you press the coin symbol, and you suddenly feel a sharp, painful pang within your head. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Now, if this is damage, I do need to know because I have a
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
All right. So, intelligence saving throw. I got a 7 total, so I'm going to fail
All
it.
right, that is a failure.
Yeah, for sure.
You are racked for 29 points of psychic damage.
I am going to Esper. I'm going to
Yeah.
use my uncanny deflection somehow. Because the source of damage is within 60 feet of me, I assume. And it's going to prevent some damage and send it back to the source. Whoever gave me the psychic damage, whatever gave me the psychic damage, it can have it back. So go ahead, and I guess I take 21 psychic damage instead.
All right. So you take a little bit of the edge off of it, and obviously the psychic does nothing to the object, but because you're not so horribly racked.
Yeah. No, that's
Your detect magic is picking up magic. That's for sure. There's a pretty a fairly strong aura of magic that seems to permeate the objects of the room. There is divination, abjuration.
You said it's psychic damage. I feel like I would just fall to my knees and start vomiting because the pain. Yeah, it's just like pain vomit. Yeah.
Vapor is going to want to look
there
at
it
each
goes.
of the reliefs closely, even if they're not glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Adriel, seeing Walykos vomit, would definitely kind of run up to him and sort of just make sure, Walykos, is everything all right?
No, don't press the coin. Maybe
No.
press the wheat.
Take the other side.
Maybe we should get further away from this. This doesn't seem
Not
like a
to
good-
disrupt you, but I just want you to know that next time you accuse me of being foolish, I
Shut
don't
up,
want to hear
Aygir.
it.
I swear I'm going to put a crossbow bolt in you if you say I told you so.
Well, I didn't not.
I'm going to
Can
put
I
a
say it
crossbow
then?
bolt. No, you'll get a crossbow bolt as well.
Fine then.
All right, good. Maybe we should try
Where would we get this crossbow bolt, Walykos? In our heads?
I don't know what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to be clever, but you're not.
Either way, make sure
Do
you're
you
not
have any particular
dying.
interest as you're looking at the different wall panels?
He's just looking at each image, seeing what each single relief looks like specifically.
Just try the wheat.
There's a variety of different ones. There's only the one that's glowing, though.
So, now, not to be my own kind of fool, but when Walykos and Adriel step away from the disc,
I didn't
Aygir
step
will-
away from it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Aygir will try to help Walykos step away from the disc. You should not stand so close to it.
No.
I'll take a look at it and we'll see what happens.
What about the wheat? I mean, I know I just pressed one at random, but the wheat kind of makes sense with the sight.
You're not going to press anything more. You've suffered enough.
Well, hold on. Does Vapor know what's on the disc itself?
He posted it.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Just because he posted doesn't mean Vapor's seen what's on the disc.
Oh, I don't know. Are you close?
Yeah,
enough?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It could also be the apple for harvest.
But a scythe? Do you harvest apples with a scythe?
And
You
also, there's a
harvest
lady with a mortar and pestle. You don't grind apples, really.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
Adriel
I
will
would be
also
willing to stake my life on
Adriel
this.
Adriel will actually also walk up to Walykos and say, Walykos, perhaps we should let Aygir do this. He seems to be a bit more knowledgeable of these kinds
Oh
of
yeah,
things.
if he's gonna do it, but if he's gonna pussyfoot about it, then I'll just do it.
So it sounds like somebody is pushing a symbol. Who pushes what?
Well, okay, Aygir wanted to stand in front of it and see if the glowing glyph changed first.
No.
Okay, so as Aygir is standing there, it does not change. It's still that same. Okay,
correct.
So very, very cautiously, he will reach out with a single finger and touch the wheat glyph.
Make an intelligence save.
You touch the wheat glyph. The illuminated panel
Changes. It's
no longer illuminate. The illumination fades from that panel, and a second panel takes up illumination. It is a panel on the other side of the room that shows several people drawing near in a gathering circle.
People gathering in a circle?
Is there any more details about them gathering in a circle?
They're not particularly detailed figures. They're obviously they're different, but they look kind of like dwarves, and maybe there's like an elf in there somewhere. So they have on clothing, but there's nothing distinct. Like there's not a warrior or a priest or any kind of. They just look like different folk coming together in gathering in a circular.
Forming a circle.
Yeah, it's not a lot to go on.
They don't seem like there's, one they're venerating like a king or a queen.
Nope. No king, no queen.
And there's nothing in the background?
Nope.
So, if we're thinking about this logically, it wouldn't be by shape. The circle can't be the only thing because coins, moons, suns, there's too many things that could be a circular shape. People of different types, though. Castle could be a kingdom, but that's still kind of vague. A baby, maybe they're coming together to celebrate, or maybe a baby is like people, children.
Adriel just has no idea what this is. Like he's just like,
My guess would be a baby, and then a castle would be the most abstract. Like you'd have to have a really strange thought process to kind of connect those.
Okay. Well, I will extend an olive branch to you all. If somebody wants to roll it, like skill wise, you can do that. You can do an intelligence, history, or investigation, your choice.
All right.
Attempt to kind of solve through the clues.
Well,
either from historical, archetypal knowledge, or just through investigatory logic.
Right. I wonder. This might. It almost reminds me of something I saw in an old ruin once, a long time ago, very, very long time ago. And Aygir, who's good at history, will know that. Yes, it was a very long time ago, but actually, I think I remember it pretty clear because I rolled a 24.
24. You are aware that a traditional archetypal symbol of gathering together or communion is the chalice.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Really?
I was starting to think like religious gathering, but that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Aygir?
I suppose it's a religious gathering, maybe, perhaps. A religious gathering to take part in the same, sharing the same.
Yeah, it might be religious, it might not. There's nothing overtly religious about it, but the chalice does represent.
Either way, he does. As he says the word cup, give a tiny little finger bump.
You push the cup, and once again, the illumination fades from the one wall panel, and a third one takes up illumination. It is a panel of dwarven women sitting at looms, weaving a patterned cloth, maybe a blanket for giants, or even giant clothing, or some kind of tapestry.
So you could think spider for silk, if it's silk and weaving, or you could think baby if it's like for, well, it's a tapestry. I thought you said like a quilt, and I was like, well, maybe like a blanket, but
Tapestry.
Couldn't it, well, no, couldn't it be like a
maybe
feather?
clothing.
Couldn't it be like feather too? Like maybe like it's a comforter with like feathers in it. I don't know.
that's a little stretchy.
That's
That might be
very
stretching. Yeah.
Usually be a pillow with
Oh,
down.
pillow would be
Pillow would have
pillow would be-
down in it.
I feel like spider's probably the closest. It kind of makes the most sense, but
Spider or baby, one of the two.
I would
I'm
go with
leaning more
spider.
towards spider because
Direct
but the
connection
one
with
the one
weaving.
thing that's thrown me is this: it's all dwarven women. You said.
Mhm.
Okay, so never mind. That removes queen then.
Why don't you try it, Aygir? Well, actually, why does someone other than the one healer try it?
Adriel will walk up and press the spider. He'll say, "I'll go. I'll try it if you think it's right, Walykos," and then press
I
in
mean-
the spider.
I didn't hear anyone say it wasn't right. so-
And now this is when Adriel dies, trusting another.
Yes.
Adriel, you have pushed the correct symbol.
I knew it all along.
There is a fourth panel that begins to glow. It shows a gleeful dwarven man smiling as he collects a shining egg from a goose.
So that's probably feather or coin
or
or
I
baby
mean,
or baby.
well, let's think
Baby is.
about it.
I
for a
feel
second.
baby could be a stretch there again.
Like I was
Or
thinking,
it could be
king-
sun. It could be sun, like the sun. Like I don't know.
No.
I don't think it's sun, and I don't think it's king because again, it's a dwarf. We're in a
Dwarves
giant's
can't
room.
have kings.
All right,
We're in
this
giant
is
ruins.
this is after the loom.
Yeah.
The loom was spider for silk. Okay, that's what I was
Yep.
thinking too.
Yep.
And then what's now is a dwarf.
It's a dwarf
There is a dwarf, and he's gleefully
collecting
grinning,
a shining egg.
collecting a shining egg from a goose.
Wasn't there a story that they told about golden eggs laid by a goose? And what that would mean, if we're looking at this in an abstract kind of, you have to figure it out. That's wealth, and wealth would be coin. Like,
right?
does
right.
that follow? Does that make sense? Like the look on his face, that's avarice. I know that look anywhere.
Coins are wealth, and the golden
that's a-
egg would
That's a
be
golden egg, yeah.
valuable. Yes.
I mean, I know that I pressed it the first time and it tried to kill me, but I'm sure it won't kill you this time. Probably. I mean,
Well,
wait.
someone can just try it and see if it's right. You can roll to try to solve through it like Aygir did before. So it's up to you all.
I mean, do I have to press it and risk my life, or is someone else going to do it?
Vapor will do it this time. He walks over,
All right.
looks at all the symbols.
I mean, you
And-
heal. Wait, Vapor, why are we making you press them all? Don't you heal from all damage? That's not like fire.
And presses the coin.
He regenerates 1 hit point a minute.
Yeah, but that's fine. We'll just wait
Yeah.
a couple minutes.
Vapor, you press the coin, and
Yeah!
a horrific psychic pang runs through you. Make an intelligence saving throw.
You'll be fine.
Oh, that's actually not a bad one. How's a 17?
17 succeeds for half damage, so it's 33 reduced to 16.
Oh my god, that was close.
I mean, you'd still be alive.
Yeah, with 2 hit points.
Okay. I mean, so
Oh
long
my-
as you didn't take, I guess 70 damage then?
Yeah.
Because 70 would insta-kill you. Anyways, Okay, so it's not the coin.
So as soon as Vapor feels that pain, he just starts. He walks off cursing and is just cursing as the anger just from all that pain he feels, and walks over to one of the Miros. Doesn't matter which one. And just punches the wall.
All right, you punch the wall, and you again are struck by the pain.
Well,
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh fuck!
I mean,
16.
You succeeded. I haven't rolled quite so high this time on the damage. It's
guess you're gonna just pass out.
22 halved to 11.
Oh my god! I have 8 hit points left.
you'll regenerate. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
He looks about ready to hit the wall again, and then just you can see. It's like,
Vapor, calm down. Take a walk. Walk
no,
it
no,
off.
Walykos, let him keep hitting the walls. It'd be
He'll
more
just
fun to
pass
watch
out.
them.
No. We need him to press when we come up with what this is. So it's not
We
the
need
coin.
him to press.
So what could it be? Like a feather for the goose, maybe? But
Well,
that's
okay.
Perhaps baby Walykos, since it's the child of the goose.
Here's my latest thought: is that it could be the skull. You know, because the whole like the saying is about killing the golden goose, or the goose laid the golden eggs. You know, like
that's a stretch,
like
man.
like breaking off your.
You're reaching. I gotta say.
I mean, that's.
I would feel more like I don't even think it's the feather, but I would feel better about the feather than.
Yeah,
the
I think
skull.
if we're going just one layer deep, then feather or baby might make sense.
Yeah. It's just baby's so weird. It's like the symbol is a human baby, or like a humanoid baby, right?
Yeah, it's humanoid baby.
Yeah. So like.
Or it could be sun. I mean, you know, a goose laying an egg could be a metaphor for the sun rising. And
That's
you
what
know,
I said earlier.
an egg yolk is like the sun, you know, sunny side up.
I
be that.
guess I just feel like if I was gonna to flip my own life on it, I'd flip it on the feather rather than the sun. The sun.
All right.
You got to go with the
Does
most
anyone
likely.
want to make the skill check to try to deduce it or draw upon
It's a hit.
classical knowledge?
It's a
I mean-
history check.
You can do intelligence, history, or
Right.
investigation.
I'll try.
Aygir will
I'll do an
happily do that again, but well,
Oh,
let's see
well,
what.
unless you got
Yeah,
better
let's
probably.
keep it organized. Who wants to go?
All right, I can
Um,
do it again.
I'll let Aygir do it. You probably
Aygir?
have a better
Okay.
investigation than I do.
Just for purely in character reasons, I shouldn't do all of these, but yeah, I am good at it at both of those. All right. Shouldn't have said I'm good at them, should I? Because that's how you roll that, isn't it? Oh wait, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay, sorry, I have a 14.
A 14?
I thought that was a 1. I had a 7. I had a 14 total. Still not gonna
You
use
go,
that
you
die
go
anymore.
back and forth in your mind, and you second guess yourself time and again, and you're not quite sure. You could be one or the other or the.
Hey Vapor,
Adriel,
how you
wanna give
feeling?
it- you want to give
How
it a
you
shot?
feeling over there?
You see Vapor's still just hurting. It's just like
maybe
You
you
regain a hit
I
point.
imagine
Vapor,
he's got-
Vapor, you regain a hit point.
I imagine he's got like blood leaking out of one of his ears.
All
And
right.
it's
Well,
just like, and probably also out of his nose, and it's just like, fuck you.
all right. Relax. Chill out for a couple minutes.
And
We'll,
as soon as he hears relax, he just literally just flops right onto the floor.
yeah. Does anyone know how to like summon a creature to press it or anything like that? I don't think we're summoners, but
So no, but I could, in theory, had I taken the infusion to create a homunculus. Which
okay.
at some point down the line, maybe I will. But as of now, Aygir cannot, in fact, create a homunculus.
That's fair. That's
What if
fair.
what if we just shot it with a bow?
Probably wouldn't work.
I mean, that's
You
a
wanna
good
give it a try,
question.
Adriel?
Hey,
Does anyone
oh
have a
shoot!
stick?
I'm sorry, Esper. Was that thing magic that hit me?
Yes.
Okay, I have magic resistance
Advantage
So-
on your save.
on my saves. Would you mind? It's the only chance I've ever had to actually use it because you never use saving throws on me.
I'll make it a point to start doing so. Sure, go ahead. Why not?
It's not much better. It's an 8 instead of a 7.
Yeah.
But at least I felt thank you for allowing me. It made me feel like my ability actually had meaning for the first time.
Well, maybe you'll remember now, and I'll remember to put more saving throw effects against you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Okay, so what's happening? Adriel, are you shooting at the disc, or are you making a skill check?
No, I was just asking the party if that was something that we might want to try.
I mean, I think it's still gonna. If it's magic that targets, it clearly can distinguish who pressed it. Do you think it couldn't tell the intention? Like if you were the one who shot it, even if it activates, if it's the wrong one, couldn't it tell that you're the target source?
No, like out of game, I know that.
Yeah,
but like Adriel probably doesn't.
No, I was reasoning that out. Like that was me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, you don't think that magic would know? Like the magic isn't that easy to fool.
Well, yes, I do.
This entire room is soaked in magic.
Yeah. Let's check this door. I mean,
I need to roll a Constitution check.
Well, while we're waiting for Vapor to heal up.
I think I passed the Constitution check because I got a 17.
Vapor, you've regained another hit point.
Yep.
Hey, Aygir.
If you want, just go ahead and keep track of that yourself. Just like literally every minute, but give yourself a hit point.
Adriel.
Okay.
Adriel, come look at this door, see if it's locked or trapped.
Yeah, I mean, Adriel will go check out the door as well.
So, can he tell if it is trapped?
And is there a trap or is it locked or things like that? Very important.
The door doesn't have any mechanisms of note. You don't see a keyhole, a lock of any kind. It looks very plain. Really, all there is just it's a stony kind of slab thing with a little jut that you could grip to push or pull.
I'll give it a push or pull depending on which way I need to do.
Okay. Wouldn't it be funny if it was just unlocked? You could have just gone through it. No, it's.
I figured
in whatever way it's not opening.
Is there like any
This is probably
crevice on. Is there like any crevice on the door? Or any like lever, like not lever, but like thing over the block?
No, there's not like a crack and like a space or whatever.
Yeah.
Nope, it's a pretty sealed shut thing.
So there doesn't seem to be any way I could like get like thieves' tools in or anything like that.
No, it doesn't look like that. So there's not like a hinge or a mechanism of any kind. It's just sort of a slab deal.
Unfortunately, Walykos, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to get through this. It's almost like a part of the wall.
Yeah. No, I feel like feathers are best.
Bash it down or attack it.
Yeah.
But the heavy implication here is always that the disc is the unlock mechanism.
Yeah, that's my guess. So here's my problem. I feel like the feathers are best guess with what we know, but I think that it's not correct. I feel like because the chalice with a circle of people, there was some sort of symbolism that we don't have the context for.
It was communion. So this is
someone taking
it's just a dwarf. It's a dwarf. We're sure it's a dwarf or no?
Dwarf with a gleeful grin, collecting a shining egg from a goose.
Shining egg. Okay.
Now, like if we're looking at things that are more symbolic, like chalice was symbolic, obviously. Right. Talisman could be symbolic. The sword. Right. I don't think it's a sword. That's more war and fighting. But like the sun and the moon could potentially be. I feel like we have to try the feather unless we know exactly what the symbolism is of this egg and goose and whatnot.
Right.
Even though it's wrong, we have to eliminate it because it might be right.
That's true. Although Aygir is not going to be the one to do it.
No. I think we should.
Let's just.
A little closer. We just wait for Vapor to heal.
Yeah, we can just keep having Vapor do it, right? He heals up.
As soon as you look back down, you're gonna see Vapor's just like kind of laying right there, right by on the ground next to you. It's like,
hey, Vapor.
You.
Yeah.
Vapor.
And this is out of character. We only had one person do a history check.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
We could all technically do a history check to see if we do better.
My character doesn't know shit about history.
My
so,
history is not really a history buff either. Like, I mean, he's
Alright,
got
fine.
some
I'm gonna
knowledge,
have
but it's
Vapor
probably
do one
more
just
about
for the
like.
shits and giggles while
Unless-
he's lying there trying to
Yeah.
ponder
Unless a
this.
certain thing happens, Esper, there's not much I can
I
contribute
doubt
there.
that's going to do it. Let me see.
Yeah.
I doubt a 10's going to pass.
Vapor, you take a look at it all, and it seems pretty clear to you that it's the feather. I mean, the goose has feathers.
Try the feathers. Adriel hasn't gone hurt from this thing. He can press it until I'm up.
You're right, because I actually pressed things that were correct.
Well, even if so, even if Vapor passes out, won't he heal? Even if he
Yeah,
passes
he'll be
out?
fine, right? Yeah, like you
Yeah,
keep healing.
After a minute of the death save process happening.
Well, we can stabilize.
Vapor,
Aygir, you can
Vapor, I
stabilize, right?
Yeah, Vapor, I think that you're the best bet here. You know, you'll always heal back up. We won't.
I can only do that twice more. I should have you know.
Oh, so I can get 2 more wrong.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Vapor.
I mean, you're not necessarily going to die, and we can try to stabilize you. We'll plug your ears, and your nose.
You're basically a guinea pig for us, Vapor.
Vapor. Look at it this way. If you do this, there's going to be some cool loot and stuff on
I
the other
get
side.
first pick of everything that's in there.
I think that's fair. Like
Vapor will stand
you get
up.
One pick.
Oh,
One
no.
first pick.
I
You
get
don't get everything. You don't get to just say I want it all. You get one thing.
Vapor
first.
stands up and presses the feather. At 14 hit points, we're gonna see what the fuck
Vapor,
happens.
Vapor, you feel confident that it's the feather? Of course, it seems so obvious. And you are blasted with psychic damage.
It's okay, Vapor. When you wake up,
I'm not gonna roll the save until you tell me the damage because even if I pass, I still might pass out.
26 psychic.
so you
Okay,
could
so
take
I still
13.
have a chance.
Yeah, you should roll it.
Nope, Vapor just suddenly collapses.
Okay, the moment he collapses, Adriel's gonna look down and say, "Well, at least we know it's not the feather now."
I'm gonna
Okay,
try to
so
medicine
real
check.
quickly, my last 1 minute timer just went off. So do I just suddenly get a hit point back there, or is it reset after every damage?
Just every minute.
Okay, well then Vapor has 1 hit point. Just
Alright.
he's unconscious though. He has 1 hit point though. Yeah, so
Right.
that's why I was asking because literally my timer just went off.
We did
So,
that.
So you actually rolled so low that you thought you had the right answer.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We know it's not the feather, but I want to try and save Vapor before he bleeds out. So can we medicine?
No,
Like,
I'm
how-
gonna wait. When Walykos says that,
He is that
Adriel's gonna
one from the
Adriel.
regeneration that's
When
going on.
Walykos says that, Adriel's gonna kind of like nudge him a little bit with his foot and say, "I think he's fine. He'll be fine."
So hang on a second. No, I'm trying to understand. He just dropped and he's bleeding. Like
Yeah,
he's
but then his
dying.
1 minute timer went off.
My
Oh,
1
his
minute.
1 minute.
So
Oh,
I have
okay.
one.
Yeah,
yes,
so
I
he's
have a
like
timer going
stable.
off
Yeah,
every
so he's like stable,
60
yeah.
seconds.
It
I
just
can
so
add one.
happened that you're 60
It
seconds.
just happened just perfectly.
That was
Honestly, I
lucky.
was like,
Yeah.
I was not planning for that. It just happened just like that. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I was asking.
Your Troll's Blood Elixir has a really nice benefit. It just
Yeah.
sucks you're vulnerable. to
I now
fire
have 2 hit
massive.
points.
I guess we could wait for like 30 minutes, take a short rest or whatever, and then we could try again. I mean, we got to figure this out. So 30 minutes to think about it. Well, Vapor heals up is not
Yep.
unreasonable.
Mhm. Does anyone else want to roll the skill check?
I mean,
No. No.
no, not really. We'll just wait for Vapor to do it all because he'll just heal up.
If I had,
fucking hate all of you.
I mean, we could try the sun next. Like that was.
Warsor, you do know I am DMing another game for you. I can
I-
torture
I know.
you.
I'm assuming by we you mean Vapor, right, Walykos?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So he recovers. I'm just thinking so the sun, is that our next guess?
I think either the son or the baby. That's probably the best
Oh,
bet. Yeah.
Vapor, you do have a 1 level of exhaustion from injury.
Did
So
they
the
know?
son, The son or the baby, I think, would be our best bet, Walykos. I would probably say go with the son first, since the baby is a human baby. But if the son doesn't work, the only other option seems to be baby.
I say either of you are welcome to try, but yes, I would agree the sun is perhaps a good choice.
Oh, don't worry, Aygir. Vapor's going to try next, but we're just trying to figure out what he should try next.
Yeah, I mean, let's give him time to recover. He'll be down for a bit. So
I'm up to 3 right now.
we could always back out and come back later as well. Like
we're not
it's not
under
like this is
direct
good.
threat here that would prevent us from taking a short rest, right?
Yeah, we could just
You
take
guys
a
wanna do
short rest. Like, yeah.
Which would
Okay,
allow
why don't
him
we
to
do that?
spend.
Go ahead and do a short rest. Anyone who wants to spend hit dice if you need. I don't know if anyone needs
I need
it.
to
Oh,
use that me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And maybe Adriel as well.
I'm only missing 2 hit points, so I'm gonna
Okay.
save my hit dice for now.
What's
I'm
the
gonna
Paragon?
do one of mine at least.
D8s.
Yeah, I think only missing 2 hit points is like I'd rather just be able to use my
Yeah.
hit dice for later.
Yeah.
Hey man, I got fucked up by this guy.
I'm not quite at full, but I spent one and I have 5. I'll spend 2. Yeah.
I roll so terrible when I roll hit dice. Okay, that's better. It's 9. It's 26.
I do love that like when Vapor went down, we were just all like casually talking about how we're gonna like torture him some more with this. Like
I love how you guys actually didn't even check to see if he was alive.
no, I kicked you, I poked you with my
I
foot.
did. That was the first thing I did. But
Yeah.
Esper literally said, like, "Oh, he's fine. He just healed."
Yeah, and I
Okay,
poked
I didn't
you,
hear
and
that.
and I poked you with my foot. I checked.
Yeah, but I didn't respond to the poking of the foot because he's passed out.
So
How would he?
here is a point that I would like to put onto the table, because the party is saying, well, Vapor can just keep guinea pigging it, but imagine from Vapor's perspective, being racked by intense pain is a thing that you do not want to feel, even if like, oh, I'm not going to die. So
I do understand.
in good faith, being genuine, Vapor would just go willy-nilly.
So I see what you're saying, Esper. Adriel doesn't care. So Adriel would like Adriel.
I'm talking about Vapor himself.
Oh, you're
He's-
talking about
he's
Vapor
try- he's just
himself. Oh,
talking to
okay.
Vapor right
Oh,
now.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vapor might be willing to do it one more time if they are absolutely positive on which one it is.
And I mean, treasure,
But
man,
after that,
treasure.
he's done. He's not fucking doing it again
Adriel
until
would be.
someone else does it.
Yeah,
Adriel would happily force Vapor to do this if the party was okay with it.
don't think that's gonna work out so well.
Just like it's like Adriel's just like, all right, Vapor, you don't want to do it. Everyone, grab him. And we just like force his hand onto it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if we're gonna go that far, why don't we just go kidnap some poor defenseless civilian and make them press the button? Okay, they're dead. Move on to the next one.
Adriel might not be opposed to that.
Yeah, we're not an evil party.
Hey! This isn't 1975. We don't have a whole bunch of hirelings here to just like be cannon fodder and boop the
Yeah.
buttons.
We'll get Grotz in the next campaign, and we'll be a bunch of evil people in the next campaign.
We just get grots. If we get grots, we gotta have enough DACA first.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I assume that our short rest succeeds.
Yeah, the
Esper,
short rest
and-
passes, and I'm going to say this short rest goes off without incident.
My short rest kind of sucked. I didn't really. gain that
I'm gonna
much
roll a
back
Constitution
from
check
it.
just to see if Vapor wakes up from being knocked out.
Oh, you're
No,
still
he's still
unconscious?
asleep. He
All
is
right.
still knocked out.
After the hour, Adriel will sort of like put away anything that he was doing. He probably was like sharpening his blades. He'll probably put that stuff away. He'll walk over to Vapor, and he'll sort of like kind of like not in a way that would hurt Vapor, but like kind of kick him a little bit, wake up and say, "Vapor, get up. We need you."
Nope, still knocked out.
All right, I'm gonna slap him on the face.
Whoa, hang on, Adriel, hang on.
You gotta roll an attack for that.
I think Walykos is stopping me. Yeah, so Adriel's just about to like slap him, like, "Wake up!"
No. If he's that badly hurt that he needs to sleep it off, maybe we should come back. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we are missing a context here. that like I had no idea that a chalice had anything to do with a circle of people. So like,
okay, so wait, hold on, just to see if it might break the lock. Aygir rolled a history check that first time. Could he roll an investigation check now? Would that be a different thing, or would that not fly?
I would say no. It's
Okay.
You're still attempting to do the same thing.
Sure. All right.
yeah, I think that we should. We've got other avenues, like the firewall was like. Obviously, I think Vapor could brute force this if we needed to, because we have good guesses. We just don't have the context.
Well,
Right.
well,
We have.
Yeah.
He would do it one more time.
I
Well, he
mean,
hasn't told us
Vapor,
that yet. Vapor hasn't told us that.
Once Vapor gets up, and if we're still here, here, let me check to see. Okay, he's now starting to groggily come out of the.
No,
being
Vapor.
knocked out.
Vapor, would you
But
mind
He would
testing
be
this for
willing
us?
to do it one more time, and unless someone else does it next, he's done.
Yeah,
He
I
will
got
not.
That does
do-
not use his goodwill.
I feel like then if we're going to do that, then let's just go for the sun, like maybe shining golden egg. You know, the sun.
And he's gleeful because
lays
it's
eggs.
coming up. It's been
Yeah.
given birth, and a lot of cultures talk about the sun as if it's been
As a rebirth.
birthed by something. Yeah,
I mean, if we're wrong, then we're wrong. It's just there's too little context here. It's almost like you have to get inside the head of whoever made this and see what
Right.
they were thinking at that time.
right. I mean, it all makes sense. It's just yeah.
Well, who wants to try next? I would vote for Vapor, but
Vapor said he
seems-
was.
Yeah,
gonna go.
Vapor said he's going to do
No,
it.
no, I know.
Well, that was
I
out
would,
of character. Vapor would do it at least one more time.
Okay. Hey, Vapor, how you feeling?
I fucking hate all of you so much right now.
I mean, it looks like the blood, went back inside you. So
You seem pretty fine, Vapor. I mean, you're not hurting
Anyone
anymore.
got some water and a cloth?
yeah, we got that. Give him
I'd
some
like
water
to at
and a
least clean
cloth.
up a little bit because this.
Yeah, Adriel will give Vapor some water and a cloth.
We
He
appreciate
literally
what
starts
you're doing.
wiping where he knew
Yeah.
he was bleeding from. It was at this point it'd be caked onto him. So he's like
After-
just trying to clean up a little.
After that, Adriel will sort of pat him on the back, be like, "All right, Vapor, let's be a good troop now and press the next button."
Fuck you. What am I pressing?
Well, what do you think it is? First, before we tell you what to press, what do you think it is, Vapor?
Okay. We did feathers last, right?
We did feathers, and
Not
it's not
that
the
I
we.
think put me down. And I tried coin,
You did coin and feathers, so it's not coin or feathers. It's not chalice.
and we
or
know
wheat.
wheat, chalice, and spiders are most likely out.
Yeah, and wheat, so it's not any of those.
Not wheat, chalice, spider, coin, or feather.
Why don't you? This is just my little suggestion. Why don't you go through the symbols, just one at a time, and see what you think, how you feel about each one. Okay, so it's
Okay.
apple.
Apple, I don't see how apple's tied to a egg of sorts.
Yeah, I can
Maybe,
see, like,
maybe for
baby.
birth.
Okay, maybe. Castle.
Castle's out along with king.
Okay, chalice has already been done.
Hold on one second. Hold on.
Bark at the moon.
Another symbol appears.
I listened to that on the way to the
Sorry, my
midnight
dog is barking
Classic.
at the front door because I got family coming in.
All right, so chalice has already been used. Coin.
Coin and feather are out. We know those are wrong.
Okay. King.
So that king, the dwarf doesn't look kingly, does he?
Nothing kingly about it.
Okay. So then he wouldn't see that. He wouldn't see moon.
Okay.
Uh, Is the dwarf male or female?
Male.
Okay, so that also removes queen.
Most likely, yeah.
Wheat
wheat.
has
Already
been
been
removed.
Skull.
Skull, he would contribute to death, but he doesn't see anything with death.
Okay.
Spider's been used.
I've used sun.
Sun, possibly.
There's some tenuous connection.
Sword, he doesn't see. Talisman,
Maybe
Yeah.
talisman. I'm
maybe
just not
talisman,
sure. I
but
don't
that's like
know.
a
It's usually like
stretch.
a protective
Yeah.
thing you wear like on a necklace.
Yeah, as I said, that's kind of a stretch. And
And
wand,
Wand.
Is more magic sort of thing. So like, to me, I don't think so. I think we're on to baby or son are the most
actually,
what
I'm thinking wand now for magic.
magic.
But if you, if you think it's
Magic
if you,
made the goose and laid the golden egg.
if you think it's a wand, then go
if
Yeah.
you
for it.
wanna press that, I think you're gonna get
I-
hurt.
I think we all think it's a sun though, but it's your body, not ours.
But if you
so-
want to press sun, you can. I'm pressing wand, and he presses wand.
Vapor presses wand. The panel ceases to glow, and the stone door opens.
What?
How the fuck? Like that is ridiculous.
Oh no, Adriel will literally have wide eyes and say, "Well, I'm a big enough man to admit when I'm wrong."
Huh. I wonder if it just after the third guess, it just lets you go on because it knows you're not smart enough to solve it.
Well, for whatever, whether it's pity or truly he solved the riddle, it was the correct answer.
Adriel will pat Vapor on the back. Good job, Vapor. You know what?
How
You're
that
smarter than I
picture,
thought.
That's so tenuous a connection. You basically just have to guess.
Well,
Either that or work all idiots.
in the stories,
that's not
there is usually somebody who, some magic person who gives
But
the
that's
goose
not-
the ability to lay the golden eggs.
That picture doesn't show that. The picture just shows a guy taking an egg. All right. Anyways.
Well, let's see. My magic has
Is
made me
what- is-
fly, and it's made music appear out of nowhere.
Good
And
job.
I've heard stories of other people's magic
Adriel's
getting out
going-
of control and creating gigantic fireballs on them.
Adriel will walk up to the door.
Yeah.
A
What-
bit
what
annoyed that it was wand and Vapor actually got it right because Adriel was almost wanting the shock to happen just to kind of rub it in Vapor's face,
Is
but
the door open?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
yeah, the door opened. Yeah, so Adriel will walk up to the door.
All right. I'll go check it out as well.
All right.
I guess, Vapor, you've earned your first pick. One pick, not multiple picks.
You all have achieved one milestone.
Yay! Oh, I'm level 5.
Okay, we need to kill Adriel now, so they can never have a character level 5.
I mean, he'll just start at level 5 with his new character.
Yeah, I know.
Adriel,
But-
you see the door open, which catches
Holy
your
shit,
interest.
That's a long hallway.
And you go and you take a look through the open door. You see indeed a long corridor.
Long ass.
There's a
corridor.
door right there. This door is, I think it's an iron door. Is an iron door, and then this actually is like a dark alcove, pitch black darkness in this alcove here.
All right.
What's the light coming
Yeah,
from?
where's the light source coming from?
There's magical lighting throughout this section, so it's
Okay.
going to be like these wall sconces, like you saw in the Arcane
Gotcha.
Sanctum.
Now, can I look at the ground and I want to make sure that there's no traps or anything before I walk through this door.
Yep. So, like I said before, I'll assume you all are keeping an
Okay.
eye out and searching and moving slowly and quietly. Right? You're in this careful scouting mode. And
Fair enough.
if you
Vapor will recast.
if you're
Detect
about to run
Magic.
upon something, what's that?
Vapor's going to recast Detect Magic just to be sure because this room had some
Okay.
sort of magic going on. Who knows what else is going on? And nope, no wild magic surge.
Okay.
Well,
So you've recast Detect Magic. It has a 30-foot range. Okay, so it's like 30 feet through the door doesn't have anything, but if something comes into your 30-foot range as you move, then I'll let you know.
Okay.
And
all right.
then-
Well, let's start making our way in here. I think. Walykos, you've got my back.
Of course, I get my crossbow and I'm just, following.
Adriel, Walykos, Vapor, Aygir.
I think that's fair.
I
Since
think
he's
Aygir
doing
might go
detect.
in front of
Well, no,
Vapor.
I think we need Vapor for the detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you head down the corridor like this. Does that sound like what you want to do?
Yeah, that
Yep.
sounds fine.
Okay. So you begin heading your way along. Let me take a quick measurement here. Okay. When we get to this point, a growl issues from this darkness ahead. Everybody needs to roll for initiative.
Oh boy. 22.
13 for Vapor.
19 for Walykos.
And Aygir has a 20.
22 Adriel, 20
Yes, 20.
Aygir, and then after 20,
19 Walykos,
19 Walykos,
and then 13 Vapor.
and 13 Vapor. Okay, so Adriel, you once again are up first. You're not seeing through this darkness. It's like a pitch black effect in this alcove. Something growled. It was a deep, ferocious, menacing growl, and there's a shut iron door. What do you do?
Is the growl coming from the door or from the darkness?
From the darkness.
Does it appear like the darkness is it like a magical darkness, or is it just like a natural darkness? Or do I not know?
The light does not penetrate it.
Just the light does not penetrate. Yeah, probably magical.
Just do your actions.
Yeah, Adriel's not going to go in there without knowing. He's just going to take the dodge action. Just going to prepare himself, you know?
And then Aygir.
You're muted.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I was in another tab looking at my class features. Okay. He will, well, not seeing anything else, he will ready an action to cast a Stormbolt at whatever comes forth. Also, that is a doorway, right? And
Yep.
to the right? Okay.
It's an iron door. All right. The next thing that occurs is the roar happens again, followed by a blast of fire that fills the corridor. Everyone make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at those.
Yes, you are.
If only I was actually considered a level 5 right now.
Vapor failed.
Oh wow, natural 20 for me. 27 altogether.
16 for Walykos.
Aygir?
Well, it's double digits. I have a 10.
Don't you have like absorb element?
All
or
right, that's a
something?
failure. And Vapor?
I definitely failed because I got lower than a 10.
All right.
Oh
So
no,
yes,
and you're-
Aygir does in fact know absorb elements, if that could be relevant here.
Yep. It is fire damage. It is 12 fire damage. So let's see. Aygir takes 12. Vapor takes, with vulnerability, takes 18.
20. Oh,
My house rules is 50% more.
50%.
Yeah.
okay.
Walykos takes 6.
Okay.
And Adriel, do you have evasion yet?
No, well, I do. I mean, I don't know if it counts because
No, it
at
doesn't
level
count.
5 I do get it, but
Okay,
I
so
haven't.
you're not quite there yet. You need to do a long rest, so you take 6.
All right. Aygir also takes 6 as a reaction. He casts absorb elements.
We now go to Walykos.
Okay, so the source of the breath came from in the darkness, yes?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everyone, get out of this hallway. It's a death trap. And I'm going to... I need to see how far it is back, Esper. Can you give me some measure? Yeah.
75.
I can't read that. Yeah, it's
75.
far too small.
It was 75.
75.
So most of you aren't going to get out of here even if you dash. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot with my crossbow at the darkness. And then I'm going to move 45 feet backward.
Okay, go ahead and take a shot with disadvantage.
Yep. Best guess. That's going to be a mere 15.
Right. It clacks against something in the darkness.
And then
Move backwards, yes?
Yeah.
Or I guess not back. Literally move
who
backwards.
had the inspiration last time? Just out of curiosity, I never recall.
I think it was Aygir.
Adam should have it.
Aygir?
Yeah.
Okay. Aygir, you have inspiration. Don't forget that. It may save your life.
Yeah.
It is now Vapor's turn. Who is
So-
quickly at risk of being
I
turned
am
into Vapor.
fairly certain I don't. Was it not? Wasn't it Vapor that got it last time?
No, I know I didn't get it.
Or even Walykos? It was not
I think,
Aygir.
it, I
might
think it
have-
was.
I know it was not Aygir.
I don't know.
Maybe it was Adriel Nick then who got it.
Did I get it?
I
I'll
don't know.
take it. I'll take it if no one else wants it.
We do it
Okay.
after the camera goes off, so I don't know.
Adriel has the inspiration.
What?
Wait, so who did we say?
Adriel, just
Yeah.
Adriel has the inspiration.
anyways.
Okay.
Vapor.
I forgot to mark down the boots, what they did exactly that Vapor picked up.
They
Boots
give
of
you
striding and springing.
Yeah, they give you plus 10 to
10.
your speed, and your jumping is doubled.
So I hope you get
This
out of
is
here.
The Esperian boots of striding and springing.
So sounds like 40 feet move speed, which will get you out of here. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, Dash will
And,
get you out.
and that's what he's doing. He is literally Vapor just turns and runs.
Yep.
And as he's running, he's like putting the flames that are out on him. And I was like, nope, fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Can't say I blame you.
How far did the breath weapon extend? The entire hall?
The entire hall, the entire corridor.
That's like
A lot.
pretty extreme. Is that like 120 feet?
Something like that.
Okay.
It is 120 feet. Yep.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
It is.
I will get out with 105 movement speed.
All right.
So basically,
April-
bonus action dash and then dash with action, and then I won't go. Yeah, I'll get right there. Yep. Thank you.
Adriel quits the corridor as well. Aygir.
All right. Well, it hasn't shown itself, so yeah, he's running. He's in
Well,
fact
actually,
dashing.
a fun thing for when Adriel runs, I kind of imagine like as the fire came out, like Adriel just started running and like kind of ran with the fire, and then it kind of like scorched him a little bit on the back as he like jumped out of the hallway because he only took half damage. I don't know, just thought that'd be like a cool little thing that he did.
Yeah, I can picture it. Aygir, you are dashing.
Yep.
Oh, so
Oh,
close.
so close.
So close. And he's like running as the fire is like blasting out from the shadow again, and it's like washing over Walykos and you as you do. So both of you make deck saves.
I get Walykos. Are you all right in there? As I hear it coming out again.
16 this time.
Is this a magic effect, Esper?
Yes, it is.
So magic resistance applies.
Yeah, actually,
There
it
you
is.
go. There you go.
Well, I rolled shit. So I got a 17.
That's not that bad.
That's not
Yeah, it was-
bad. No,
was-
you
I
saved
rolled
it.
a 1 and a 9.
Well, 17, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You both saved. It is 11, 15 fire damage, half is 7.
All right, 7 damage. Got it.
Do I use my last first level spell slot on this?
Esper.
Hmm.
I feel like based on how fast it's firing over and over, this is a trap rather than a creature, but it roared, which is kind of strange for a trap to roar in the exact same manner?
Yeah.
Like, is it like on a repeat, almost like a recording?
It's like that dragon trap that we found that one time, and like
Well,
it was
there
an
were
illusion.
There were traps in this place that shot lightning every couple seconds, you know. I feel like Esper's learned from his mistake and put it in a one-dimensional hallway so we can't just shoot it down with the darkness.
It's a thing from the book too, and I, given our encounter, I put a little note in there like, and if there's no target available, it readies its blast. Yeah, that's true.
You've learned.
I've learned. Yeah, play testing is a wonderful thing.
That being said, can you target Bolt of the Storm God at a general place that you think a creature is?
Let's see the wording on the wonder.
Page, let's see. Not there. It's a level 5 wonder.
Where's the rangers when we need
Call
them?
out to God, send down a magical bolt that crackles. As an action, you choose a creature that you can see within 120 feet.
So yeah. And you have to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will shoot and move my 45 feet to get out of the hole then. Even with disadvantage, you know, maybe I'll get a lucky hit. Can I roll? All right. I got a 15. I'm pretty sure that was either what I got last time or
And then you move.
Yep. So I get out around the corner. Yep. And then Aygir gets out before. Yeah.
And then Aygir exits as well. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So you all are in safety, and the blast does not happen again.
All right, I'm gonna poke, not going into the hall because my range on the heavy crossbow I think should be. I mean, I already have disadvantage. I can't get
400.
Yeah. The thing is, I can't get double disadvantage, so I'm just going to be taking blind shots down the hall anyways. I'm just going to put some bolts into whatever this is. Hopefully it's a trap and I'll hear something, you know, break. So, here we go. That's another 15. Wow, I'm just rolling terrible. All right, so that one misses. On my third shot, I finally get a 22. So
Why don't you roll some damage?
sure thing.
If it matters, I mean, Adriel would also.
Wait, sorry. Do not roll damage. You hear like a bang, but it sounded distinctly different this time, as though a bolt striking metal. But don't worry about the damage, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, that's definitely a trap. And if I were someone who isn't a fire giant who wants to disable this trap, there has to be a way to turn it off from down here or somewhere in that hallway.
Perhaps inside of that iron door.
Well, it's worth mentioning that Aygir would probably have the hexatile on him.
Yeah, let's look around this room and see. Maybe there's something on one of the murals. Maybe there's something, you know, by the door.
That's true. Is there another relief that's glowing right now?
Nope.
No. Okay. They're all inert now that we solved that.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there
any other things by this door looking around that might be able to disarm the trap? I ask because obviously we could tell you every specific thing that we check,
right?
But we also have a rogue who would know things, what to look for.
Right. Although, see, the thing is, if you were a fire giant, though, and you built this, why wouldn't you just build it so the off switch is on the other side?
Yeah, exactly.
You, a fire giant, can go through and they can't.
Because sometimes you want to take your slaves with you.
Well, then you
Yeah,
have to
but
wait out there
but you
to
could
turn it off.
You could just like go down there, turn it off, and then go back and get your slaves.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to turn it on from this side without having to walk all the way. I don't know.
True.
Well, I mean, I could take a couple more pot shots at it. I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, do we find anything in the room though? Like if we're investigating and looking around?
Go ahead and make a check.
Yeah.
Investigation check or perception or
Your choice.
Vapor is lying on the floor once again.
I'll go for
I
pers- I'll go for
don't
it.
doubt it.
Go for investigation. Oh no, I got a 7 on that.
Nothing stands out to you. I mean, there's those wall panels, but they just have, like etched reliefs in them. They don't have any interactable features that you are.
Well, it seems that perhaps our best bet is to get to that iron door or try and find a way of turning this off on the other side.
This is Esper's way of telling me that I need to play nothing but warlocks with the Devil's Sight. Because he just keeps using darkness. Yeah.
Darkness is a good spell.
Yeah.
Darkness is
But
a
if you
thing.
use it too many times, that's how you get warlocks, Esper. Just
Well, there's other ways to counteract darkness. There's
Nope,
like
gotta be a
light
warlock.
spell,
Or just dispel magic.
Spell magic, yeah.
nope, gotta be a warlock. Only way.
Only warlocks can see through
Shadow sorcerer also.
it. Dragons can see through darkness.
So you're telling me warlocks are
Vapor. Oh, sorry.
ants?
Esper. How long is that hallway?
120.
120 feet.
To the darkness.
Vapor has light.
Doesn't
No,
The
but
light
light doesn't
cantrip?
get through magical
It's
darkness.
just a cantrip. It won't. You need a like a same spell level light spell or higher.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, man. Well, you could throw a lightning bolt down at it and try and like zap it. Maybe that'll do something to it.
Yeah, you could just keep doing
I
that.
heard it was
I-
metal. I mean, I
Yeah.
heard it was metal, so
Yeah, perhaps we could just break it from here.
What is Shatter's distance?
probably not far enough. 120 feet.
I would
Honestly,
have
like, it's probably
to
best to just,
double the
like-
range on Shatter.
It's probably best to just like keep casting your cantrip at it. It's 120 feet.
Why don't you try the cantrip a couple times? If nothing seems to be changing, then we can,
Think
if
of
nothing
something else.
Yeah, if nothing else, you can't see it, but the metal will make it kind of aim towards it, so you'll cancel out your disadvantage.
All right, yeah, might as well. But I don't think Stormbolt goes 120 feet.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I could just shoot it with crossbow
Either
or
way, I would have
arrows,
to.
but-
Oh, I tried that.
I
It
would have
sounded
to
like it just
Yeah.
I would have to meta magic a distance spell.
that's not worth it for a cantrip.
I have Shatter.
I don't know
What's
if
the range
one
on shatter.
60
I also
feet.
have Shatter, but it's only
Yeah, but I don't know if
It's
one
a
shatter
target
is
on
gonna
sight.
break it.
I have multiple. Yeah, but I can do.
I think it's
You
target.
could do
on
it a
sight.
couple times.
Yeah.
We could just try and run through and get on the other, but then we can't see anything.
No,
The only best
I'm
bet is the
pretty-
iron door.
No. That's not gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best bet is the iron door, but if we get up there and we can't open it, then someone's going to be taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb idea.
And this is a weird question. The arrow.
Yeah,
that hit the
Adriel is
metal-
actually acknowledging it's a dumb
the
idea.
arrow that hit the metal or the bolt. Was it right after it entered the darkness, or was there a
Wait,
slight delay?
Vapor,
Oh, sure.
didn't you have the spell
I think it's
magic?
right after. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, you have
I
this
don't
spell
have
magic. right?
any level 3 spots anymore. I used them.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, let's go.
I spent 2 to because I
Let's not kill ourselves
Can you
over this.
convert
Let's come back
sorcery
tomorrow.
points and get a
Yeah, let's
spell
just
slot
go
left?
tomorrow because we don't have it.
Or how many sorcery points does that take? That's like 7.
I have to. Okay, so real
Oh,
quickly,
wow.
guys.
Yeah.
I have currently 5 sorcery, technically 7 because of feet.
Yeah, I got it.
But 2 of those I can't spend other than on the meta magic I picked.
I get
That.
you.
I
Well,
have
let's-
5 that I can use. Now I could spend all 5 to get the spell
Third
magic
level
back,
slot, yeah.
but what is its range?
No, let's just come back tomorrow.
It's 100
It's 120 feet, so I could spend the 5.
I think we're overthinking it. Like, yeah, you could spend the 5 and then be tapped out. And I mean,
Let's just
why
come
not?
back tomorrow.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
Walgra.
why don't you do it right now, and then we'll come back tomorrow? Because even if we could explore further, are you really going to want to?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll spend 5 sorcery points to regain a level 3 spell slot and move.
Channel the chaos magic.
Can we actually give me a couple more minutes
Oh,
because I'm
Vapor the
only
Red
up to
Witch.
22 hit points. I would like to get a little more before I try this.
Call you the Vermilion Witch Vapor.
All right, so you wait a few minutes, get a few hit points back.
Yeah. So
And
I'd
then,
say I'm up
if
to
I understand you
25.
correctly, you're just like getting barely into the corridor,
Just enough.
targeting
I
the
would.
darkness with the dispel magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that. The darkness fades away.
Nice.
And as soon as he casts it, he ducks right back out.
GTFO.
You duck right back out, and it reveals an alcove that
Look
has
Is it like a face trap thing
The
like the other
head
ones?
the head of an
A black
obsidian.
dragon.
Ignore that it's a black dragon. It's an obsidian dragon
Oh,
in
okay.
MIRRORMOURN, made from looks like wrought iron.
Nice. Well, I'm going to, now that I can see it, see if maybe I can target more precisely where the best places are to break this.
Yep.
Actually,
I'll also Adriel will also do
I'll
the
bolt
same
of the
with his
storm
short bow.
god it. That's 120 feet. Bolt of the storm god.
Yeah, if it's made of wrought
It's
iron,
not a
it'll attract.
creature.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Well, you win this round, man. You wrote the rule.
You've
of
won
that.
the battle, but the war is not over.
I'll never get to use Bolt of the Storm God. It's fine.
I'll also shoot some arrows with
Yeah, let's-
Walykos at it.
I'll shoot some arrows. Esper.
Aygir will pull out his bow and do the same.
You quickly realize that arrows are not affecting this thing. You're just shooting into solid iron.
Gotcha.
So it's completely immune. Okay.
Yeah, piercing it is not gonna. You're not gonna pierce it. Maybe a big bash with a heavy weapon that could do some stuff.
I'm curious, Esper. Is there a from what I can see from where it's at? Is there a way to get behind it? Like in a position
Out of the
around
breath
it.
of fire. Yeah.
Yeah, out of the range, around it, where I could maneuver myself in there and maybe deactivate it.
That's a good question. So you take a look at it. You don't from where you are. You don't really look. It doesn't look like you can get around it, but you could probably get on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you get burned with the fiery blast? Maybe, or maybe it would be like you'd have cover, or it'd be half
I think
damage.
whatever's going to be done, we should do it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like there's definitely some room to figure this out. Let's go upstairs. Let's go outside, get some fresh air, and just figure things out.
I agree.
Okay, is everyone on board with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so without any immediate pressing threats or urgent forces, you decide, let's extract and go back to your sanctum. Is that what I'm guessing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you plod back through the crumbling lava dungeon. Nothing assails you as you go, and you go down the long corridor and then hang the other direction back into your sanctum, where you find everything
Destroyed.
mostly as you last left it.
Hmm.
But you do see indications of something has moved through here.
Hmm.
A couple of your objects have been disturbed. Nothing's been taken, though.
Oh.
What are these traces of something having passed through?
Yeah, can we try to make some sort of tracking or figuring
Yep,
out
so you
who was
see,
here?
you see some things, some of the loose items that were not stored inside of anything have been kind of shuffled around or moved around a little bit. But it doesn't look like anything's been opened, like no container or door.
So
has
more
been
like
opened.
an animal maybe than a person.
Or did it
potentially.
leave tracks of any kind?
Yeah, what about tracks, Esper?
Like in
So there's
dust
no
or something?
immediately noticeable tracks, but go ahead and make perception checks.
Survival or perception?
Survival would be like tracking, like following tracks.
Oh, I got a natural 20, 24.
Okay,
I
yeah,
got
you
it.
find some things, Adriel. You don't
Aygir
find
has
anything
Aygir has a 17.
17? Okay. So you find it too. It's really not too hard to find. Anyone that got a 15 or higher got it. You don't see any prints, as in a footprint or a handprint or a paw print
Little
or a
tracks
boot.
are.
You just see little point scuff mark
Oh.
things.
Some kind of animatron or something coming
Yeah,
through
it
here.
might have been one of those crab things, or maybe another one of those other.
Well, it doesn't appear to have taken anything from
clockworks.
us. I think it was just searching for us to
Can we
I
tackle.
know
know where, like you
Yeah,
found
it
its
kinda looks
tracks
like
though?
something-
Can we track it? I want to know where it's going and where it
Okay.
came from.
So go ahead and do the survival check now.
Yep, I'll help out with that. 14.
Natural 20, 21.
Okay. Those are both quite good. You begin in your central, like the central area, right, of the sanctum. I guess it's not in the center on the map. It was like in the northeast quadrant.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull this. There we go. So here is where you really were, like it was
Yeah.
noticeable that something had been in here.
Yeah.
You see the tracks
Wait,
go down
Didn't we
this way.
turn? Don't we turn the fire trap back on? So did
We
it go through the
usually
fire?
had been, yeah.
Yeah. Esper, did you account for that?
Was the fire trap on?
Yeah, we turn it on when we aren't
Okay.
using the place.
Yeah, that's fine. So it only slightly changes things.
That's fine. I figured it didn't, but I just had to mention it just in
Yeah,
case.
I know.
So-
Yeah, I know that these things like went in the lava at one point, so they're probably fine.
It's actually not. It's not that it seems to have passed through fire, but you see like floor stones disturbed, as though something came up and then went back down.
It drilled through. Gotcha. We got
You
moles.
look. It doesn't look like a boring, a drill effect, but rather like a burrowing thing.
Yeah, gotcha. We got moles. Yeah. Cool. So can we
But
track
none of
it?
none of the survival or perception indicates anything organic. Like you don't find like fur droppings, a smell, nothing. It seems mechanical.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like one of the
Is it-
animatrons.
We need
So
to figure out some sort of a door or gate to put on this place.
Agreed, but I think we should at least track this thing down first, see if we can find where it went.
It's going there, don't you see?
well, that's what I was going to ask you, Esper. Does that change that we aren't tracking it over, tiles? So
Does it change what?
does it change that we can't track it if it's burrowing now? Because before it sounded like it was walking.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't think it didn't leave like a tunnel behind. It's just like disturbed, like under the floor stones. It's just like disturbed dirt and rock and stuff.
So is that a no?
I guess it's a no.
Okay.
I mean, unless you can think of some creative way. It looks like something burrowed up, came out from the floor, and then went back in.
Okay. Well, clearly this place isn't entirely defensible. Like if we have things that can burrow through the floor, which I thought was stone, if it can just crack through the stone and just come up, this place isn't a good place to have our base. So we'll keep on looking. Maybe there's a secret base further in on one of the elevators that we can use at some point. But
True. Well, so
I'm gonna head outside. I wanna get some fresh air.
You want to go to the surface?
Yeah. I mean, we can't track the thing, so what are we gonna do down here? I'm not gonna rest where this thing might
Yeah,
burrow
Adriel
up a bit.
will also go up and to the outside world. Seems
Okay.
safer to rest up there than in a place where they could just like burrow under us, drag us down in our sleep.
if nobody's making efforts, the group all stay together. I think Aygir might be inclined to go a visiting kind of Spindle's tower, depending on what time of day it is.
So at the moment, I feel like you all came here just like during the day, so it
Yeah.
should still have some daylight left.
And
You all
a
go
visit to
through
broken
the-
tower.
Yeah, you all go through the crack in the ground, and you come up out, moving aside a heavy stone, which is like covering up a little chamber, and then you seal it back. So from the outside, it just looks like some fairly nondescript rubble and fresh air. Yes, that's a nice thing. Aygir is interested in going to the broken tower. What about the rest of you?
I guess I'd go with them. I don't think I have anything else in particular to do.
Yeah, Vapor is. Yeah, it's either go find a place to go back to his apartment and crash. So he'll go with.
Excellent.
Well, actually, I take that back. Oh no, there was something. I'm sorry, this completely slipped my mind. I probably want to actually try and sell that boat that I got from the halflings. Get rid of that.
Okay. So
You're muted, Walykos.
Not worth the trouble, man. You're gonna just get into shit with Mark.
Well, they already know that I was on the ship. So like, if they found anything, they'd know.
Yeah,
where to
but you
find
don't
me.
have to go slapping them in the face with your dick, you know, to like. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this now. What are you gonna do? You can't touch me. Like, just do what you want.
I mean, what am I gonna do with it? Just like let it sit there in the harbor
Yeah.
forever?
Yeah, let them pay the docking fees and get more pissed off.
That's like worse. That's like worse than me just like taking it and selling it.
I know. Who cares? They'll sell it eventually to pay for the fees.
Nah, I'm gonna go sell it. I want the money.
Okay, you. Good luck with that. I'm sure this won't backfire at all.
I don't see how it would backfire. It's my boat. They think it's my boat. I can sell my boat.
Halflings.
No, but if they don't think it's my,
you don't.
No,
think
but if
that
they-
they're gonna cause you trouble, they will.
well, if they cause me trouble, then I just will be like, you know what? Then like do what you want with your boat. Like
Well,
I don't
also,
care.
if we're selling things, Aygir also has some stuff to sell off just in general at the market, but
That's
that
right.
could be.
Esper, does
handle
anything happen once we're outside, or am I just gonna go rest for a while?
Does anything? Well, nothing immediately happens
Okay.
just in stepping into the outside, if that's what
Okay.
you're asking.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Okay.
So first, we arrive at the Broken Tower, where we have Aygir, Vapor, and Walykos.
Adriel would probably. Yeah.
Heck no.
Oh, I'm
Walykos-
sorry. No, Adriel probably wouldn't be there because
So
he's gonna
just
go do the boat.
Aygir and Vapor.
Yeah.
You rap at the
Guess
front
I'll go with
door
Adriel.
of the Broken Tower and rapping on the big knocker, and you are greeted as you have been before by the servant of the Broken Tower, Adelmund, the dwarf who wears a half face mask due to an old grisly injury he sustained working in the belly of a fire galleon. Oh, familiar faces returned from expeditions far.
That we have. It's been a while.
Not poor. Does this bode ill?
I should hope not. We come under our own good circumstances. I trust you all well.
I think he's talking about me with my scorch marks all over me and how exhausted I look.
Oh, that just happened. He'll get better.
And I meant your comrades. They are not with you. Have they?
Oh, they are well. They're just not with us right now.
I am glad to hear that they are well. Master is with a visitor at the moment. Let me go see what his wishes are.
Canis Spindle has visitors that aren't us? Ooh.
A rare occurrence, I know, but she is a good friend and trusted.
Well, a trusted friend of his is probably trustworthy to me, maybe.
As you're waiting, Mercy, the homunculus, comes flapping and lands atop a big, dusty bookcase and is just gazing at you all. And, like, here and there will do a little flip through the air. Adelmund pokes his head back down from the spiral staircase. You may come, Aygir and Vapor.
That we do.
Please, the master will see you now.
All right, so I guess we head up the giant staircase.
Or the lift.
Yep, so you go up the stairs to the lift chamber. There's a word for this. I figured it out the other day. It might actually be called a lift. No, it's not a lift. It's a... I looked this up. It is a
Human-sized dumbwaiter.
Waiter or dumbwaiter? Yeah.
no, dumbwaiter is a later version. It
Hmm.
is. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up here. Okay. Oh my goodness. It might just be called lift. A hoist.
Mhm.
He takes you to the hoist, and you all get into the cage, and he cranks the wheel, and
As long as it's not by our own petard.
clong cling. Yeah. And you are now up in the upper gallery, and you arrive hearing the sound of voices. There's Kana Spindle. Whoa! And there is a woman's voice. Yes, it's true. I wouldn't pull your leg on this one. No, I wouldn't. And you all approach through the smoky gloom of the upper chamber, and you see Kana Spindle seated in his chair. Standing nearby is an older woman who is wearing a very long, multi-layered gown, with like the various petticoats, and the front of it has that, kind of front pocket area, and her hands are, always like cozily in there. And Kana Spindle sees you all. Oh, yes, come, Aygir and Vapor. I like that name. Have I ever told you that? Vapor.
I believe you have told us once before.
It's grand, I say, he says, with the mouthpiece of his smoking contraption always in hand. I want you to meet a friend of mine. This here is Elizabeth Blundermay. It's a pleasure to meet you. Aygir and Vapor, yes, hello. These two fellows are magicians and
In the manner of
warriors, treasure hunters, and legends in the making. One day, bards will tell tales of their exploits. I'm sure of it.
I don't know. That may be an exaggeration, but go on.
It better be an exaggeration.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. She has kind of nervous eyes, and she seems to like flit from Aygir's face back to Vapor's, and kind of back and forth, and then just off to various objects in the room. And she gives a little curtsy. Her knees maybe aren't so great. She's an elderly woman with gray hair, all bunned back, rosy cheeks. Nice, pointy elven ears, some earrings in.
Almost the same age as Kana Spindle himself.
Not that old. No, Connus is very, very old.
He's the oldest elf in Barnacle, right?
That is the claim. Yeah. So, she's, maybe in her early 70s or something to that, like mid 70s maybe.
This, of course, in a setting where elves are not just like, children until they're 100 or whatever the book says.
Long ago, elves would live great, expansive lives. Centuries, I tell you, centuries. But then a terrible curse befell us. No, our ambitions drove us to seek out the immortality that mortals so often dream and fantasize of. And with great ambition comes great risk, and with great risk comes great folly, and with great folly comes direful consequence. And here we are now, bound to no greater lifespan than that of any other.
Well, at least one of those consequences, at least one consequence has ended. You can thank us for that. And he looks over at Elizabeth Blundermay.
Elizabeth Blundermay.
Blundermay.
Blundermay. May.
A-E.
Like M-A-Y.
Oh, okay.
Right. I've got allergies going on, so my nose is all clogged up. Oh, would you like some pie?
Pie?
Yes,
You make
of course.
pie?
Yes, here. Eel with cinnamon.
Does it go with Grosjean?
She carves out a nice slice of pie and hands you a plate, a little saucer of it, and one for Vapor as well.
You would do well among halflings. Does it go well with Grosjean?
Oh, halflings! I don't know about that. Grove Sheen?
Of course. He looks at Canis. You know, I didn't bring much this time. I didn't think we'd be interrupting any other entertainment, but there should be enough. It's the good stuff, the fibber kind, you know.
Yes, it is. Tell me now, you were gone for some time. Did you have success in your expedition to that fell and accursed isle?
We did. We did everything we came there to do, and perhaps a little more.
It sounds as though the foes that you sought to thwart will not longer be plaguing Ayaberg. I'm sorry.
Those
Haven Isle.
ones should not know. Will there be others? I do not know, but those ones shall not cause any trouble to anyone anymore.
Most likely, whatever lives on that accursed place has eaten what is left of them.
Oh, doubtless by now. But we did
Have
not
you
come
been
here.
back in the city for long?
Not long, just long enough to get into a little trouble down below the Crumble.
This is a time of many troubles, yes. Apparently the Duke is still abed, ill from the poison, though from what I hear, he is stable and has not passed away.
Well, I suppose that is good. I think. Not much of one for politics.
No, have you heard of the incident?
Another one?
The killing and then the arachno.
Arachno?
Oh, well, you've been spending too much time in your delves. There's a well, might I say, a champion of the folk who is rising against the Night Stalker. Yes, you have not heard of this
Well,
jumping
I have
spider.
now. The giant spider.
Yes, the jumping spider. He is a smaller man. And I've not seen him myself, of course, but the city's all abuzz of the talk, and I'm surprised you've heard nothing.
In character, Aygir probably hasn't heard nothing unless Walykos or Adriel said something at some point. But out of character, okay, so that's who that guy is.
He prevented the Night Stalker from claiming another life just recently. He's apparently has some sort of, I don't know if it's a magical capability or some contraption, but he climbs and jumps with great facility.
So he's on our side.
Extraordinary acrobat he is, and he has promised that he will put a stop, an end to this fiend, the Night Stalker.
Well, then he is on our side. That's good to hear. I hope his activities are fruitful and he succeeds in his endeavors. But, I have not come here just to talk about local happenings, interesting as they may be. You understand the giant tongue and read the giant runes, do you not? I believe you mentioned it before, yes.
Of course, I'm a bit rusty, but I think I could pass.
He,
Why do you ask?
Aygir pulls out the scrap of paper where he wrote with some charcoal the inscription above the door with the icon of Baal Vonder and the other two Baaldrin.
Balin?
Balin, that's right. He'll hold that out and turn it around so they're right side up. We
What
read
have
this
we here?
recently.
Enter Thrates, seek ye the favor of the Balin in the final chamber. Glory and doom, death, glory and death are hoping. Glory and death await. Which shall ye attain? I'll make a comment of what he just read there to you.
All right.
Enter Thrates, seek ye the favor of the Balin in the final chamber. Glory and death await. Which shall ye attain?
What are Thrates?
You've probably heard that word before in Barnacle, even though it is an old giant word. It's a word that a lot of people know just because of its historical context and because it's a terrible insult against a dwarf. Thrate was a word that giants would use to refer to their dwarves. It's sort of a slave term.
Okay.
So it's out of favor now. Like to giants, they would use it all the time to refer to these dwarves, the servitors of theirs. But it's usually nowadays it'd be used as a term to like be disrespectful or dismissive or insulting to a dwarf.
Right. So
what is the context of this location?
It's down below the Crumble. You know there were more chambers down there than just the ones that held the Bathai. Well, there are quite a few of them, as it turns out. This was in one of them.
Did you, by chance, peer beyond this?
Well, we did. We did a bit more than peer. We found a magic puzzle or challenge of sorts. Possibly giant or dwarven in construction, symbolic symbols, and magic that opened the door. We found a fire trap.
Thrates. Traps. Glory and death. Favors. Is this information helpful to you in some fashion?
In and of itself, it's hard to say, but I was hoping you might know maybe a bit more about what used to be down there. You did had to fight them and take the city from them. You knew about the release of the Balai. You knew something of the place when we went down there in the first place.
Sure. Yes. Well,
now is not the time to keep any secrets from us. If we are going to
a gauntlet of traps beyond this door, you say?
At least the one.
Yes. To gain favor, glory, or death await. Some sort of proving ground, perhaps, for dwarves. The giants would have their ways of filtering and culling through their the numbers of their servitors to find the greater ones, to make usages of battle mages and other such forces. I fought some of those dwarves in the siege of Airberg. They were not to be dismissed nor taken lightly. I took no pleasure in fighting them, I'll have you know.
You don't recognize any of the faces, do you? We know the name of one of the Bathan, but not the other two.
Oh, you drew the faces on there?
Yeah.
Ah.
He made a whole rendering.
Okay. So he,
3 Balin here. Those of Veaberg. Vonder, Eldur, and Andikar.
Vondor was the one we knew. Eltur and Andikar are new names to me. Do they still yet live?
Not to my knowledge. As far as I knew, they were all gone from this realm.
But you did not see them slain when the city fell.
I did not. We assumed they died in the collapse. There seemed to be a technique favored amongst giants. Proud and severe. A horrible conviction of their malice. They would rather see themselves killed in a last lash strike against the supposed defenders, invaders, than to die by the stroke of an elven blade or spell.
Now, just in this moment, realizing things in and out of character, none of the 2 other Balin seem to in any way resemble any of the fire giant corpses we found down there, right? Be they the one that was kept sort of half alive, perpetually by magic, or that had a hexatile, or the others that were more just skeletons. I guess they wouldn't really have faces at that point, to be hard to tell, but
it is hard to tell.
They had
The one
distinctive
you
armor or
found
something.
that was still kind of like lingering alive. It didn't resemble them.
Okay.
The helmets, I think, is a bigger indicator than facial features,
Right.
as they're real stylized on the relief. So you've seen like old rusted helmets of giants, but none that look like these, highly embellished with like sweeps and spikes and severe angles to them.
Okay, so it doesn't look like either Baal Eldor or Baal Andakar were actually down there, and died down there during the fall.
It is my hope that as you explore, you will come upon their corpses, and we can confirm that they are all gone.
The whole city fell. Why would they have died in the Crumble and not anywhere else?
Well, as it is with most sieges, the defenders are holed up and locked away within their fortifications. They called upon some tremendous ravaging tremor from below, elemental fury or an earthquake. We sent the Balai through. We saw no sign of survivors. It is only this telling of your ally. One moment, please. Mercy. A drink, please. Mercy. Thank you. I beg your pardon. How is Walykos, though? His condition.
It is not, I don't think, much better, but it is not exactly worse. He has learned some new magic. He can make himself look the way he used to. That's new.
He can alter his form.
He can.
Yes, well, be careful around ones like that. They might be two-faced. And that black blade that keeps company with him, I see an ill glare behind his gaze.
Well, as much as Walykos may be the disguised one, it's that one that I trust less. Although, to my knowledge, he seems to have yet to commit any major crimes in my presence.
Drill's a sweetheart at heart. Yeah, he's on the inside. It's all lovey-dovey.
Adriel's a sweetheart at heart. He's all lovey-dovey. Okay, so I murder this halfling.
So then I start blasting.
Elizabeth says,
Well, you can always tell so much about a person by looking at their bedroom. Have you seen his personal chambers?
As a matter of fact, I have not. I mean, we've been to House Mantevale at one time, but we didn't, I don't think, go into... Yeah. No.
Mantevale. Ooh. I did not know that you kept company with the nobility. I should have held my curtsy a bit longer. Forgive me, good sir.
That's right, Aygir. I'm noble. I'm a noble.
Do I look like nobility to you? Or someone who particularly has respect for the institutions that...
I don't know much. I don't know much what exactly you look like. You are Firbolg, yes?
No, I'm not quite that tall, and I loom a little closer. And as you see, I don't have quite that much hair.
Oh.
I am of the steppes, far to the west. The tribes that ride the Zenus to and fro and trade with the goblins in the great Tonors near Dodecachithia. Some of us sailed on the northern seas. We roam as far west as the steam curtain. We're hobgoblins, some call us.
I see. Well, I've never met one of your kind before. It is my pleasure. What do I call you, Steplander?
Well, I'm called Aygir gor-Temu, where I come from.
Very well. How did you fancy the pie? Would you like another slice?
Why not? It's not like we're waiting for anything urgent.
Here you are, and another one for you too. You seem a bit underfed. Here you are.
she insists that Vapor eat some more.
Yes, well, if you have misgivings about these associates of yours, pay a visit to their home and see how it is in their personal space. That's always a good expose of their character.
Perhaps I shall someday.
Yes, if you see eyeballs and jaws and decapitated heads on spikes, then you know who you're dealing with.
Who? You? Well, I kid. You don't have any heads on spikes in here.
No, but I do have a couple of taxidermied monsters.
As I'm well aware. If there is no more insight you can give us into what we are dealing with, then I should be most pleased to take a couple of moments to tour your collection again, but at some point I should head back to rejoin the others.
Give them my regards and do take care as you further explore what exactly lies beneath the ruins of old Castle Eyrberg. I'm quite curious to hear it, as you know.
I shall, and of
Is
course,
there anything that I can do to lend you assistance? I am hesitant to send my dear homunculus with you once more, but if there's anything else, name it and I will see what it is that I can do.
Make it so that I can walk through fire.
Walking through fire. Walking through fire. Yes. Yes. Walking through fire. Perhaps your armor could be imbued. Yes. Is there a chance that a fire-resistant breastplate would be of help?
Now, I'm unsure if you speak the Goblin tongue, but I would just like you to know, my dear friend, just the degree to which you are currently speaking my language. It is a very high degree.
I am not entirely familiar with how you've put this together, but I am certain that if we spent a few days in my workshop, we could produce an enhancement, and it would not necessarily let you walk through fire as though you were what would walk through fire? An elemental,
Fire giant.
a fire giant. Yes, but the resistance would serve you well.
Well, you know me. It's been a while since I spent a good few days inside the workshop. I desperately miss it.
But what of the one you are setting up down below?
That may be a bit of a slower process. We seem to have problems with burrowing things. It's the same. I hesitate to call them creatures, but that we encountered down there.
Yes, the clock works. There are some burrowers.
Yes.
Indeed. But by this point, you should be able to handle them. They're not particularly strong things. More minor scouts left over from that older era.
They're not, but still, if we're going to really set up shop down there, we don't want to have them constantly burrowing in. They are there as pets, as vermin, and what kind of was the reptilian equivalent of a cat? What kind of iguana are we going to find down there to guard it against those sorts of things?
Well, there's many options that you could choose from, Master Aygir. A guardian would be worth looking into. But I'm confident that in your endeavors, you will find these prowling remnants of the giant era and dispatch of them. I wouldn't be surprised if one day you pay me a visit with some clanking metallic guardian by your side.
Well, you never know what the future might hold. Anyway, I am very keen to get to work, or at least to start drawing up some plans, if you are able.
So be it. Perhaps we can get started tomorrow.
I would like that very much. I can show up as soon as you're ready.
Then it is settled. I will see you then.
Indeed.
It was lovely meeting you. Perhaps I will see you again sometime.
And you as well, Lady May.
Oh, you are too kind. Thank you so.
Blunder May. That's her actual last name, right? Elizabeth Blunder
Yes,
May?
you've pronounced it perfectly, Steplander.
Well, except Aygir, of course, with his soft palatized as Elizabeth Blunder May. But yes.
Do take care now. Watch out if you're going to be about after dark. This Night Stalker, who knows what he'll do now that he has a real challenge. He just might become more belligerent and lash out in vicious ways and unpredictable spasms of violence.
She's the Night Stalker.
Could be. Well, who knows? Maybe the giant jumping spider would get him. I'd like that.
Oh, yes.
You see her in her pocket, her hands are this with excitement and
Or maybe she's the jumping spider.
glee. Yeah.
Arachno is the name that the jumping spider goes by, right?
Arachno, aka the jumping spider.
All right.
Until tomorrow.
Indeed. And
Meanwhile, Adriel and Walykos are attending to their own affairs. Adriel, how interested were you about trying to turn some profit off of the halfling?
I'm pretty interested. I wanna
Pretty interested
get
in that?
some profit. Yep.
Okay. Are the two of you going down to Havenport?
Walykos really is I don't think this is a good idea, Adriel. You're going to stir up shit with the the name of the group, the Merocrats.
Merocrats. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're just going to cause more friction. I mean, if they attack you, that's just going to cause so many problems on both sides. But you're going to still be fucked up.
I think we'll be fine. I don't see a reason why they would stop us from selling a boat.
It's not about the logic of the situation. There's politics involved here, Adriel. The Merocrats hate the nobles right now. There's bad blood. They could look for an excuse to put a dagger in your back. Or, best case, you put a dagger in one of their backs, and then they rise up and revolt. Or, mobs riot in the streets. Is this money really worth it? Do you need this money from this boat, which is probably going to be not worth that much?
I probably don't, but I mean, what are we going to do with it anyway? It's just going to sit there, and it's going to get to their nerves even more.
Forget it. Who cares? It's not our problem. What are they going to do? Send you the bill? You can just be like, that's not my boat. You can sell it, do whatever you want with it.
Fair enough, if they want to do that, but I just don't see a reason. But if you really don't think it's a good idea, then I guess we don't have to.
Here's the thing. I just see it causing problems. I think you're just looking for trouble. And we don't need more trouble right now.
I'm definitely not looking for trouble. I'm just trying to sell a boat that we brought in.
Yes, a boat that could be, potentially linked to some halflings who are known for doing things. Let's just distance yourself from it. Forget it. Let it be forgotten. Don't keep, don't keep beating it over the head, and just let it be forgotten. Yeah.
Fair enough, but again, if they found anything, they know who came on the boat. It was you and I, so they're going to find us either way.
I mean, maybe if they care enough, but more likely they didn't find anything, and they're just going to be like, well, fuck it, let's just sell this boat, and that'll show that rich noble guy will sell his boat or something because he didn't pay his parking ticket,
Okay, fair enough. I guess, Adriel will take Walykos' advice and not worry about it.
I mean, yeah, I hope that this is good advice. I think it is. So, yeah.
All right.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Walykos has dissuaded you, or at least given you some pause. Maybe you're going to think about this, give it a little bit of time before you act on it. Two of you go home. You need rest. So, yeah, you're resting. You're up in your rookery where the two of you sleep in this shorter minor tower in the Storm Tower district of Barnacle.
In your bedrooms that say a lot about who you are as people.
They're for the birds. So it's currently nighttime. It's like 11 p.m. if we have like a clock that's counting hours, right? So it's approaching midnight in a vague sense. You two have been resting. You might even be asleep by this point. You're probably due some relaxation. And the birds are being extra noisy, and they keep waking you up. There's something is exciting them or agitating them. You're not quite sure what it is. And one of these times you get woken up and the birds are squawking, and there's this one squawk that's louder than the others. And you think, wait, we have no bird that makes that caw.
Yeah.
Oh, Adriel would get up and sort of make sure Walykos, I think someone's in a.
Shh. All right. I take the crossbow out from beside my bed, and I slowly sink into the darkness. We're both
Yep, and I'll get my two short swords out and sort of do the same thing, just kind of slink into the darkness.
Because I remember back when this all started, we almost got robbed, potentially, or something. There were people trying to sneak in. Well, we don't know if they were robbing us, but they were definitely trying to sneak in.
Oh yeah,
So,
I think Adriel killed two of them, and they were like, why would you kill us?
Spider and leapt with great leaps.
I don't know that we killed any of them. We might have killed.
No, we killed one of them.
We killed
I killed one of them.
Adriel killed the guy. Yep.
And then the girl we let live and turned her over to the guards.
Yep.
And
Wasn't there also distinctly somebody who jumped away?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was the halfling that was.
Well, I think so. Adriel and Walykos kind of like slink into the shadows, hiding a bit.
Okay, so you all, signal or whisper to each other. You get out of your little cot beds that you have in this, cramped kind of big, oversized attic-shaped room with like bird cages all over the place. And you grab weapons almost instinctually, I would imagine by this point. And that thought is prevalent. Like we have no bird. We have like some pebble pecks and those parrot things. We don't have any bird that does that caw noise. No. And you look there in the gloom of the nighttime rookery, and perched atop one of the bird cages is none other than a white raven. And it seems to be antagonizing the other birds. It will like peck like at their cage, and like almost make like nips, like bites at some of your little pebble pecks, and then it'll like flap over to another cage. And when the birds get too excited, it like makes its caws and kind of like browbeats them back down.
Is the window open?
I was just gonna say the window is cracked. Now you're up high. You're like,
Yeah, we're in the rookery kind of.
Judging by like, well, we could do it in feet. By feet, you're probably up like 50 feet off the ground. Like giants built these towers.
Yeah. I'm gonna creep to the window and close the window so it can't fly out. And I think I want to try and catch it. So probably getting like a sheet or something to throw over it.
Can I like potentially help with this? Like sort of like give an indication to like Walykos, like let's try and get this bird.
Yeah. You make in the direction of the bird. Its eyes, the head swivels to notice you, and you go to shut the window or throw a sheet, and it starts flapping, and it flaps out of the rookery going down the stairs.
Wait, our door is open? Our door would be closed when we're sleeping.
That's a good point.
Okay, in that case, the bird flies out the window.
I just closed the window, though.
You move in the direction of the window, and the bird flies.
Oh, okay. So the bird saw me. I didn't get a chance to sneak.
Stealth checks.
Anything? Give me a chance.
The bird flew out the window.
All right, no chance. All right, let's.
Okay.
I'll rush to the window and take a look.
I will do the same.
Your birds, the birds that you keep, are all very agitated, and they're all chirping and squawking and stuff. And you shut the window.
No, I don't shut the window now that it's out. I was going to shut the window to keep. Yeah, I was going to keep it in.
Okay, you leave the window
it's already. Yeah, I want to look out where it went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adriel will also try and see where it went as well.
Yeah.
You look out. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and use my inspiration since I'm not going to have next time.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yep. 23.
14.
Okay. Walykos, you're looking. You're not seeing this white bird at night, so whatever. It's dark, but this color should stand out. Adriel, you see the bird, and there's like this little like a little gleam off of it, and then it's just gone.
Walykos, I don't think that was just a normal bird. It just disappeared out of existence.
What? Where?
And I'll sort of gesture over there. It was flying, and then it just sort of
reappears, like blinking back in at some other distance away.
Oh, does it? Okay, yeah. I'll say you see how it's just almost teleporting away like that.
Is it some sort of magic user that can shapeshift?
Perhaps. Perhaps maybe some kind of druid, maybe.
Wait, something about follow the white raven.
Do you know about this?
As soon as I say that, something clicks, and I go for the door.
Well,
so
Adriel will.
I'm heading
follow.
downstairs.
Adriel will follow, kind of like pick up his sack as he's going out.
Yeah, I'm just running out the door. I
Okay.
don't wear armor, so I don't need to get dressed or anything. I just
Walykos, what's going on here?
I have to follow that bird.
All right, well, I'm coming with you, and I'll put on whatever
Yeah.
I need to put on, and then head
Yeah,
out the
just
door with him.
Throw the hoods
Exactly
over.
through my. Yep.
All right. So Walykos rushes down the stairs. Adriel grabs a thing, and then he rushes down.
And we saw what direction it was flying, so I know we can't see it, but
But we can go in that direction.
we're
Yeah.
gonna go in that
Do
direction.
we have like horses?
You might have Xenas, which is
Yeah,
Oh,
let's-
Xena. Sorry.
sort
Yeah.
of a horse equivalent.
Yeah.
Let's hop
I'll.
on Xenos. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll run over to the Xenas, pull them out, get on, like us both get on one, and then.
Do you want to take the time for it?
I almost feel like we're both really fast.
Yeah.
We'll get tired, but I mean, we're chasing the bird. If it doesn't stop to let us follow it, we're never gonna find it anyway. So
That's fair.
I'll just-
yeah.
I'll
It's probably
keep-
better just to run. Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
good point.
I'm gonna go after it.
Yep.
You get to the front door, and you're like, getting it unlocked, and Gentle Jar like pokes his head through the the like entrance, one of the other entrance doors,
Going out.
There's something amiss.
No, not now, Father. We'll explain later, and then.
and you're
Yeah.
like, you've already rushed
we
out
got-
the door.
Yeah, we'll be back. See you.
Okay, you're now on the streets of Barnacle at night.
I think I would be moving at full speed. Like I'm
As
just
would I.
running,
Yeah.
running down the streets, trying to find good stretches of road that we can make a lot of time on. you
Exactly.
know.
Yep. So you do that. You go rushing along the cobblestones, and the dark
see it.
shapes of like large manors and towers are rising up to either side of you.
Do we see it at all anymore? Like,
You
can we look
hear
up and
the
hear it?
echoes down the street.
That way.
That way? Yeah. Perfect.
There's a light rain. So
Oh,
this
perfect.
drizzle is coming down, and you kind of patter along the cobblestones, and here and there you pass by a lamp that's like causing these glimmering reflections along the wet
Little
cobbles.
pools of light.
With
Yeah.
these old giant towers rising up like these dark titans in the night.
And with as fast as we're moving, I imagine with our hoods up, we just look like cloaks flying by. Like if someone were looking down from above, they just see two cloaks flared behind
Yeah.
us as we run
the two
through the rain.
cloaks go flapping through the street,
Yeah.
following the cause.
Yeah.
And you get to the central tower of the district, and you look and there's this moment where you wonder if you've lost and then you hear like this warble, and you turn, and there in this side, let's call it like a side gate. So this is the storm tower that you're outside of. It's the central tower of the district. It's a massive tower. This is the residence of Lord Duncan Mantavale. So he's a leader of your house. He is the master of rituals of Barnacle. He would be like a close ally of the Duke. So there's like
when you say master of rituals, are we talking magic rituals, or was it like ceremonial kind of
typically
rituals?
ceremonial.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But people also talk about how he's a magician too, and Adriel probably heard stories growing up like old Lord Duncan, he has all these magic capabilities. He's like a wizard. So you've
Why
heard a
haven't
lot
we
of-
sought this guy out before now? Like it's almost like we forgot he existed.
I mean, we've talked about him here and there, but he's never
Yeah.
became a central figure.
Not
He also
yet.
probably wouldn't like
He's also
deal with us
not-
anyway.
Yeah.
Adriel doesn't really like him, and Adriel's mother
Oh.
has
Okay.
like bad blood with him, right? They're
Okay.
Adriel's branch of the family tree.
Say no
kinda like
more.
the
That explains the black sheep.
brand, the black sheep branch. Yep.
Yeah.
And they've got
Okay.
their reasons. He is very into eating and smoking and
Do you like just a gout, a gouty, like really big guy? A fat elf?
I have a description here.
Okay.
Is that description Baron Harkonnen?
Baron Harkonnen. Well,
The
Wait,
general attitude that Adriel's family has, along with some other people, is that he is a corrupt, fat, mind clouded by heavy smoking habits individual who is more in love with money than anything else.
So is this bird? So this raven is like on top of the tower.
It's not. It's actually at a side gate. So there's like the main gatehouse that's like on the other side. It would be like a bailey leading up to the front door to the tower. Then like around the side, there's a smaller side gate that maybe leads to like an annex or a like a subsection of the tower.
I will. Adriel will look to Walykos and say, "I think. Wait, is he my cousin, uncle, grandfather? What would he be?"
He is I think he's your great uncle. I think he's the
Great
uncle.
uncle.
Mother.
Okay.
Here, I can tell you real quick.
Gotta get out the family tree.
Yep, I got it right here.
I just want to make sure I use the correct language here.
So he is your mother's father. He's your grandfather.
My grandfather. Okay, so I'm gonna look to Walykos and say, "Looks like my grandfather is spying on us for some reason."
I mean, that's entirely possible. That could be a familiar or some sort of.
It's definitely not a normal bird.
Yeah. Well, it can cast spells, so might just be one of his wizards or him, transformed. Let's take a look. I have some premonition that this has significance to my curse. I think we should investigate, even if it's risky.
I agree. I
So,
think that we should be able to get through here without
I-
anyone noticing.
I look around, like where we last heard the call. They come from like the tower itself. Is it up
You
high
heard
on
a
the tower?
warbling sound
Yeah.
to the far side of the tower where there's a smaller gate.
Let's circle around the tower to that smaller gate then.
You circle around, and there's actually some movement at the gate. There are people entering in. There are
And this is
4
like midnight, you said, right?
Yeah, like approaching midnight. There are 4 people entering the gate. And just by the quick look of them, they look to you like harlots, like very scantily
Oh.
dressed, very heavy, very like lascivious and provocative looking.
Yeah.
There's 4, 3 girls and 1 boy. And the
Well,
boy's
seems
kind of
like-
young.
seem-
The boy's kind of young. The boy's like 13 at the most.
It looks like my grandfather is still up to his old shenanigans.
And they're just like slipping in through an unlocked side gate.
All right. I would like to just like watch us. Are there guards or are they just going in?
Yeah, are there any
It
guards?
looks
Like, are they
it's
being
just a gate
escorted?
that's been left unlocked and they're slipping in.
Let's go. Adriel,
Yes.
I'm going to basically I'll shift myself to look like an elf, so I don't have a profile of horns and all that.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, keep your hood up and let's
Yep,
be
I'll
stealthy.
put my hood on where like the shadows over my face.
So we'll approach the gate and we'll kind of sneak in, check it.
Okay.
peek
So
through.
by the time you get there, they're just like a start to shut it.
Mhm.
And there is like a little warble from this tree nearby, and you see the raven just like on this branch watching over this whole scene playing out, and then it flaps going like over the gate into the grounds in the direction that the harlots just went.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't need that bird so badly, I would just shoot that thing out of the sky. But
Yeah.
no. All right.
All right, are we able to get in, or have the doors
So-
closed on us?
So do you want to go and immediately and like be seen and interact with the
Oh
4
no,
figures entering?
no,
Well, it's up
no,
to
I'd
you.
rather wait.
Or you can
I'd-
wait.
So
I'd rather
here's
wait.
Here's a question: how high is the wall, the gate to climb
That's a
over?
good question.
It's pretty high. It's meant for giants. So it's
But how high? Because like if we were talking like 10, 20 feet, That's
It's more
still
than that.
doable.
It's like a 40-foot wall.
40-foot wall. That's a little steep.
Yeah.
It's not impossible, but in the rain, it's definitely not it's not an easy
Mhm.
check. Let me check my equipment.
Adriel is not wanting to go in. If they will notice him.
Okay.
Like,
well,
he
they've already-
kinda- like,
they've gone in by this point.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm gonna look to Walykos and say, look up at the wall and say, well, it's not impossible, but if we
Let's just
fall, it's
pick-
gonna be nasty.
Well, let's take a look at this gate and see how good the lock is. Might giant lock. If it's still a giant lock, like we could reach our whole hand in there, and
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Are we able to like? Is there like a lock that we can mess with?
You go to the gate, and it's been left unlocked.
That's what I thought. So we wait till it closed. We give them a little bit of time to move away from it. Then we'll creak it open and we'll just peek through and see.
I like it.
And you slip inside, and you're now in this like inner bailey, and there are these large buildings nearby, and then like beyond them there's the tower. So it's some annex buildings or like attached buildings, sub buildings to the storm tower, and there is the building closest to you. You see that there's like a vague glow from the inside, as though there's light on. Maybe you can see like around it's like the shutters are closed, the door's closed, but there's like a faint, where the like limbed in a faint crack of light coming through.
I am
You can
looking
hear
for the
voices
raven.
on the other side too.
Yeah, I'm also looking for the raven because the raven went in, right?
You don't know. It went this way though.
I'm going to
Do we
look
not
for the
see it?
raven and ignore the
You don't
voices for the
currently see it.
moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to move around looking for it. The trees or whatever is on the inside. Like, are we in a courtyard or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Yep, there are a number of trees. There are shrubberies. There are flower beds. There's this, the big wall, like a big protective fortified wall. If you go far enough, you're going to get to like the central gatehouse. The storm tower itself is this massive titan of a thing that just like
did we
dominates your field of vision when you look up.
Did we see where the harlots and the boy went?
They seem to have gone in this side building that's attached, like it's attached to the tower. Yep, and there's that light, indications of a light. You hear muffled voices on the inside.
Adriel would actually, yeah, Adriel would like to find a way to like to look in and see what's going on there. I know that Walykos is very interested in the raven. Adriel does kind of think that perhaps his uncle was spying on him, so he wants to figure out if anything about that, like what's going on with his uncle.
Mm-hmm. Your grandpa
or grandfather, sorry,
Grandfather,
not uncle.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's a 5.
There is no sign of the white raven.
Well, I wasn't looking for the raven at that. Was that perception check for the raven?
That's what I understood.
Oh,
no,
I was.
Adriel was going to
You
go
don't
check
see
on.
like anyone hiding in the bushes either.
No, I
To
was.
be clear, Walykos was looking for the raven. Adriel was going to go investigate the voices.
Yeah, I was
in
looking.
the
I was
side
trying to
building.
get the voices in the side building for my.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming I
Gotcha.
still don't hear anything with the 5, but I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah.
I mean, you can hear the voices just like anybody could. It sounds like they're kind of entering farther in, so they're kind of getting quieter or fading away. But you
Okay.
can hear the voice of Duncan Mantvale in there.
Now,
You
is
hear
this like a?
you hear like a girl giggle, and
And this is like a room, not like a hallway, right?
so you're on the outside of a building with like the door in front of you, and it's a large, vaguely rectangular shaped building with highly embellished architectural points and embellishments at the top, and then it runs for a while and then connects with this big, like tremendous rounded tower.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm going to keep looking for the raven on my side. Is there something I should roll, Esper?
Go ahead, roll perception.
I guess while he does that roll, are there like windows or anything that I could potentially peer into? No windows.
The windows are shuttered, so the shutters
Shuttered.
are closed. Yeah, so you like see the The
I
window
got a
panes and just
6.
slats on the inside. No sign of the white raven.
Well, keep moving along and seeing where else it could possibly be.
Yep, agreed. I'll go with Walykos here since I'm not able to like hear anything. That it seems like Duncan's just having a.
And there's no guards in this courtyard, anything like that.
Well, there probably is. You don't see any just at the moment.
Yeah, we haven't run into any yet. I'm gonna as we're moving and we're not finding the raven, I'm gonna look to Walykos and say, perhaps we should make our way out. I don't know if we're going to find this raven anymore.
We have to. It's important. I know this is a risk, but worst case, we get caught here. You can explain it that you heard something. You need to investigate. Someone might have been spying on your grandfather. Or something.
Perhaps my grandfather doesn't really like us that much, but if this is important, then I'm with you. But we need to be careful.
Yeah, let's stick to the shadows. Watch out for guards, and so far we've followed the raven. It's not just going to abandon us now. And if it wanted to, it could have left us behind and not warbled anytime it wanted. So if you're listening, you stupid bird, warble away.
Yep. Adriel will back up Walykos here and start looking for the raven again.
I feel like we should move into the shadows and wait.
Yeah.
Okay. There is the sound of the clink of armor and footsteps drawing closer. You also see like a pool of orangish glow, the lantern light. You decide to slip into shadows.
Yep. Hug a wall.
Okay, getting behind some sort of cover.
Yep.
You see there are 3 guardsmen, apparently guardsmen. They go up to this side gate. You hear a kind of a clink of key ring. One guard, without saying a word, locks the gate. There's the 2 other guards, and one kind of mutters something to the other guard, and he kind of does a laugh or a scoff. And then the first one rejoins the other 2, and they continue back, or don't continue. They return in the direction they just come from.
Yeah, they probably don't want to stand in the rain. Yeah. Okay.
There is a tapping sound.
A gentle rapping
upon the chamber door.
Rapping at the chamber door.
Which is this the building where the hooker, the harlots?
The harlots and the
Okay.
From the inside, there's a tapping at the door.
Yeah.
I will. Adriel will creep over.
I think we get what it's trying to do, but let's just follow the stupid bird. I swear, if you get a chance to grab it though.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll creep over and if I can get a chance, I'll grab.
It's just going to teleport out of your grasp.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to go away. So.
Yeah, but
I'll try and silently open the door.
Yeah.
The door is certainly locked.
Can I try and unlock it? Thieves' tools.
Bring some thieves' tools with you.
I did bring my bag. Remember, right. I said I picked up my bag. That's precisely why I said I picked up my bag.
You did say that, yes. Okay.
I also
give a thieves' tools check.
Yeah.
All right, so this would just be all right. So is it dexterity, right?
Dex plus proficiency.
Okay. Oh, it's not advantage. Normal. Yep. Okay. Oh wow, 21.
That wasn't that difficult. Not bad at all. Right.
I'll give Walykos like a bit of a wink. Like, yep, got it.
If only I had you back when we were in
the tether.
Yeah, the tether. We might have actually completed the job.
Yes, those halflings were quite
useless.
Annoying. Yeah, useless.
All right. You open up the door, and you step inside. You immediately smell all kinds of smokes, like
incense.
That's Grove Sheen there. Not the strong Grove Sheen, but the barnacle based Grove Sheen. Dream. Yep, that is some pretty potent dream. Something else too. You're not quite sure. It's not a common smoke. You hear as well music beginning to start, and it begins with drums.
Sounds like a ritual, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we've entered a voodoo, ritual thing. We're gonna
Yeah.
see
So
someone.
what? Yeah. So what do we see? Are they? I mean, you said that they had like 3 or 4 harlots and then like a
You are
13-year-old
in-
boy.
Yeah, you're in a dark room. You see some silhouettes of furniture. There is another door at the end of the room, and there's light coming from that door. The door is it's cracked open. There's like a pretty strong shaft of light beaming out of it. It's like like slicing across your face and like hitting the door behind you, the entrance door. The music is emanating from beyond the door of light.
All right, I'll creep over and look in
Same.
silently. Yeah.
You look on the inside. There is a hallway. The hallway has hanging glowing lights, pretty bright. There's a series of them. You don't see any fire. There's just these glowing orbs and kind of small chandelier things on chains. There are alcoves, like little nooks in the wall. They have these little statuettes in various beautiful classical poses. And then at the end of this corridor, there's some kind of room or parlor or chamber. You're not quite sure. Whoops, you can't quite see exactly what that leads to. The music is emanating from that direction. Boom, boom.
Those words, are they a language that?
Yeah. Do we understand? Yeah.
What languages do you guys speak?
Celestial and then Elvish. Yeah.
It's not either of those.
Yeah, I don't have extra languages on this character.
All right. Well, I'll make my way to that next opening and look in.
Oh, Sylvan. I do have Sylvan. I apologize, but it's not
It
Sylvan.
is not Sylvan. Okay.
Good to know. Cool. Yeah, let's keep
All right.
creeping
You make
along.
your way into what you would call like a parlor. It has like this wrapping plush couch with like really fine embroidery and leafy spiraling pattern works to it. There's fine art on the walls. There are like marble sculptures. There are some like jugs of wine and cups. There are 3 and there's also those like that bright like glowing orbs of light on chandeliers at the ceiling. There are 3 doors, like archways, not doors, but 3 archways, and each have like this like thick, deeply dyed curtain, like this thick plush satin-like curtain, concealing what is beyond. There's a person in the room. There's an elf. He's wearing a long black robe, and he's wearing a mask that looks like, some sort of like a lizard creature, right? It has frills and scales. It's painted. It's kind of a greenish mask.
Hello. Do you have the password?
Oh, he's talking to us.
Esper,
He
we were
speaks-
hiding. Yeah,
We were hiding. Yeah, we were trying to be stealthy about all this.
we did state that.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's not
don't
much
know.
to retcon. We
It's-
we're peeking from the door.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
a bright room. It doesn't look like there's anywhere to hide behind, but you just kind of like peek out.
Yeah, we're
Go
just
ahead
kind
and go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I was about to say, oh, wait a second, stealth.
A nat 20.
I got a 28.
I got a 28 as well with my nat 20.
Wow. All right. So the guy doesn't say that, but you see the guy the elf that I described.
I feel like it's like a cartoon, like one of us over top of the other, like or
Exactly.
just like and then like we just pull our heads back, you know. So we see that. We see the guy sitting there. Is he making the noise? Is he beating the drum?
He's not. He is standing there, pretty still.
Is he looking in the direction of the door, or is his back turned?
Sounds like he's looking in the direction of the door.
He has a view of the 3 curtained archways and a view of the entrance.
the door.
You all were just stealthy enough that he didn't notice you.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe his head wasn't exactly in your direction.
There's only one thing to do. Adriel, you want to sneak attack him while I shoot him? No, I'm just It's like it just this innocent guy who's just here for a good time gets shot to death, you know, by a bunch of assassins.
Yeah, I'm gonna after we creep back down and say
the mask he's
thing
wearing is it's not really like a scary mask. It's just more of like a
both
carnival mask is what it reminds you of.
It's kind of like the mask we wear, except ours are bird faced.
Yeah.
yeah. After
So
we like creep back around, after we creep back around the door, I'm gonna look to.
I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna whisper to Adriel once we're back around the door. We need to figure out how to get past him. It looks like he's guarding. Maybe the Raven will give us a clue, or maybe we just wait and we see what happens, because I don't see a reason to keep going unless there's something that we need to get past him to do.
No, I think that we need to find out what's going on here. This is some kind of ritualistic.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on here.
I mean, I could jump him. I don't think he saw us.
Yeah, but he's looking right at the doorway, so like you get one shot before he screams. I don't think it's a good idea to start attacking people if we can help it.
Yeah, that's true. Is there?
I can change
There is additional chanting of these cryptic words that you do not understand from whatever is beyond the curtain.
Is there like any other way into this place, or is this the only door? Like, are there like places above that we could go, like climb up? Or
the quarter that you're in seems to be the only entrance into this this kind of circular chamber ahead that has the 3 curtained archways.
Here's what I'm going to do, Esper. So he's not looking at he has a gaze that incorporates the door, but he's probably more interested in other things where the sounds are coming from, because most people focus on what they can see and hear, most of the time. So if he's not directly looking at it and we had our stealth check, could I throw a pebble at the wall behind him to make him look? And before I do this is all just hypothetical. If he turned his head to look, would we be able to quickly go through a curtain, while his back was kind of like his head was turned?
Like before he turns back, yeah.
Yeah. Like, could we go past it?
Try?
Well, I'm asking how far it is to the curtain, because we don't have a map. I don't know if you're talking about like crossing a 60-foot room. I need to know if it's like 5 feet or like 60 feet.
Closer to 60, it's like 50 feet.
We could get 60 feet we could make.
I mean, I have a 45 move speed. That's a lot of movement to do.
I mean, I have a 35 move speed.
While stealthing. You can't move that fast while stealthing.
Well, while stealthing, I could still make it because stealth is halved. So if I dash with 70 feet, that's 45. And then if I do another dash, that's 105, which halved is like, what is that? Math, 55. So I would be like 5 feet away.
Yeah, it'd be really great if like a white raven flew by and distracted him. That'd be fantastic.
I'm gonna look to Walykos and say, Walykos, I think the only way we're getting past is if we take him down before he can scream.
Is this? Do you think that this is serious enough that we need to find out and take him out?
I'm not sure. I mean, it could be just my grandfather making a show of his harlots or something, but
People can scream really fast. We need to drop him in like a second. Like we need to stop him before he could and then scream, or whatever. Here's my thought. I could turn it myself to look like one of the harlots, I don't think that's a great idea though, because he's probably already seen them pass. He'll wonder why there's one that trailed behind. But it's not the end of the world. It's I could make myself look like a guard, but the guards probably shouldn't be here.
Do you happen to have a mask with you?
Of course, I always wear my mask.
Well, what if I wore that and you turned into a harlot and we played it off like one of them stumbled back?
We don't have enough information though. He's gonna probably ask a question and we don't have an answer for it. Taking him out.
The chanting finishes.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear a sound, and it's one of those hard to describe sounds, but it's the sound of magic, because you've heard spells being cast and magical effects happening, and there's always some kind of strange sound that occurs when the weave gets manipulated and reality gets altered. There's some kind of
it's a magic sound. I got you.
There's a sound followed by a female laugh. And she makes this kind of lascivious call, and you hear voices interacting now with this whatever voice. People are talking. The music seems to be quieted down or even stopped.
Okay.
This is a very strange place, Walykos.
I mean, we could just sit here and listen. Like, I don't see.
No, I think that's the best bet. Just sit here, wait, and see what happens.
Yeah, if we're supposed to go further, trust me, there'll be a tapping or some. Judging by so far, we're gonna get a prod, and I haven't gotten a prod yet, so I'm just gonna sit here till we do.
Yeah. Adriel also just wait. I mean, because.
Yeah.
There's no because if we go in and we do attack this guy
it's all or nothing. We're
exactly.
The dice. Yeah. So
I think we just wait, see what happens.
Yeah. Sorry, Esper.
There is a disturbance in the curtain that is directly ahead of you, and you look down, and the raven pokes its head up.
Now, wait a second. Hang on. When you
back.
say directly ahead of us,
Yeah,
you're talking in the room past the guy.
there are the three curtained archways.
Yeah, past the guy.
Past the guy.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens is hey Raven, you want us in? You could distract this guy. What?
This motherfucking Raven. All right, that's fine. You know what?
I'm gonna look to Walykos and say, how much does this Raven matter to you, Walykos?
Here's what's gonna happen. Yeah, it matters a lot. It matters enough.
They weren't even looking in the room anymore, so how would they know it was the Raven?
Well, you throw the pebble, I jump the guy.
Esper said so. That's how. I don't know. We apparently looked at that moment.
It is directly ahead of you. You have a direct view.
Well, Walykos, here's the plan. So we have two options. You can throw the pebble and we can try and run past the guard before he notices, or we can try and jump him together and drop him in one fell swoop.
I mean, the pebble would give us a better chance of dropping him because he wouldn't shout immediately. It would give us a surprise round, is what I think it would do.
Yeah.
If it works.
Well, we don't really need a surprise round because we're already stealthed.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's gonna be able to scream. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, he's gonna have to scream. He's gonna scream unless we take him down, and both of our if both of our attacks do not take him down, then he's gonna scream.
All right, Esper, we could do non-lethal. We can try to knock him out with attacks in 5e.
Yeah, you can always
any melee that would reduce him to 0. We can just say I'm trying to do it non-lethal. And that just knocks him out, right?
I mean, I would have my weapons with me because I did pick up my stuff on the way out. So
yeah, I have my dagger. It's not a big deal. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Before we do this, though,
I think we're kind of.
before we
The
do
problem
this,
is it's 60 feet to the curtain. If it was closer, I could see us running past. But yeah.
before we do this, I do have to ask an important question. Did we technically get a long rest before this? Because it was like we rested. I'm assuming at like around 1 or so.
Just a short rest.
Just a short rest. I don't think that we slept. We were woken up when we were sleeping.
But it was at like 12 a.m.,
The
right?
voice that had like appeared and like laughed and howled and made, was like talking with someone else. That their whatever conversation seems to have ended, and you begin to hear new music playing. And you begin to hear sounds that I am not going to personally replicate.
Yes.
It sounds like there is a
very enthusiastic activities.
copulation
Yes.
of strange varieties taking
Yeah,
place.
this is an eyes wide shut situation that we got going on here. All right. Well, maybe he'll get distracted. Can we watch him and see if maybe he gets distracted, or is he just staring at our doorway this whole time, like a statue?
I wouldn't describe him as a statue. I mean, he definitely will sway back and forth, and he'll kind of look here and there, but he's clearly watching this room.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, we either knock him out or we try to bluff him, and I don't feel confident.
The bluffing's not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't feel confident. So why don't we just go for it? We'll rush in and we'll both hit him and hope that he's probably like one hit. Watch him have like 1 hit point. We just both punch him and he just goes, "Oh, I'm dead."
Yep. And and we definitely didn't get a long rest. I'm just asking because like I get an extra D6 for my sneak attack if I got that long rest.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I also get an extra.
You wanted to level
proficiency.
up.
Yeah, it is important because like it gives me uncanny dodge, it gives me an extra hit dice, it gives me a lot of stuff that could help with this.
Esper says no.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. So I think the thing to do, Esper, is we'll both, from our hiding spot, from our stealth, rush into the room. We have enough movement to get to him, and just punch him and
Just
beat him with our. Like I'm gonna hit him with the dagger and
Okay.
across the head.
All right. So 2 of you make your stealth checks again, or
Again?
make new stealth checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Ah, well,
27.
that's only a 23.
Okay.
We're good at this, Esper.
You both completely succeed. You rush in. You catch the guy unaware. He's like, what? And, lizard mask and all.
He's probably
Walykos
gonna just
clobbers him with like the pommel of the dagger, and Adriel with short
with
sword?
my short sword, yeah, like pommel him with my short sword as
Pommel
well.
him
Yeah.
as well. All right. Make attacks with advantage.
Alrighty. And I'm gonna use my short sword +1.
Does a 19 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Does a 26 hit?
It sure does. And I know that Walykos has an extra attack, but it's not even.
I actually also.
Yeah,
have an
I'm
extra
not
attack as well.
gonna. Yeah, I'm
it wouldn't
not
be
gonna
necessary because with one hit and with your sneak attack, that'll be plenty.
Yeah, I did
Clobber him
15
and he's,
damage.
"Oh!" and he falls to the ground, just completely like.
I feel like I clamp my hand over his mouth as soon as I
bell
can.
rung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I like as Walykos clamps his hand over, I like grab him to make sure he falls silently. Like,
and I'm just listening to see if anyone stops, doing it.
yeah, and I'll look around as
they're-
well.
They're
Like,
still doing it. Okay, they're distracted.
There's quite a bit of noise from the chamber beyond.
I don't think they're gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
There could
Once
be an
he-
army out here. They wouldn't.
yeah, once the guy's on the ground, I'm gonna like get a rag or something and put it over his gag his mouth just in case he wakes up and.
And I will do a shimmer and look like him.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
With the
Like him?
mask.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because just in case someone comes in, I can explain things.
And I'll also take the guy's mask as well and put it on for myself just in case.
So you both look like lizard mask.
Never
Yep.
mind. I changed.
Lizard mask.
Never mind. I changed my mask to look like a white raven head.
A white raven head.
I'm actually.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
no. I'll actually look to Walykos and say perhaps you should look like one of the harlots just in case.
But then they're gonna expect you to boink. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Adriel, you take the lizard mask off. He's kind of an older elf. I mean, not like elderly, but like definitely into his 50s at least. And yeah, you guys like really clobbered him, and he's got like this knot swelling up on his head, and he's like, bleeding.
Also, if possible, after we like gag him and like tie his hands and stuff, is there like a place that we can like put his body to hide it?
Let's take him back out of this room into like the other room, put him in a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
basically like the Metal Gear Solid thing where we put him in a box so no one sees him. Yeah.
We put him behind some furniture and just like cover him if we can.
Exactly.
It's dark, like
just so no one finds the body. Yeah, basically.
All right, so you get this figured out, and by this point, the sounds in the other room are like really raising up to climax proportions.
Let's go check it out because wherever the raven poked its head out, that's where we're going.
Yep, let's go over there.
All right.
Hope this raven knows what the hell it's doing. I don't want to just get sent to a sex orgy by some crazy white raven.
You pass through the curtain, and you come into a large, rather well-appointed and opulent noble hall, where you see before your eyes a what can only be described as a depraved orgy bacchanal taking place. There are a number of figures currently engaged with one another in this kind of gyrating mass of limbs and bodies. Some people are like drinking and smoking to the side. There are these musicians making this very strange music. The centerpiece of it all is some manner of demon woman who maybe has been summoned, who is performing acts that are indescribable and would probably get me banned forever from YouTube if I attempted to.
Is this like a succubus type thing?
We'll just say that. It's like a succubus type thing, but more exaggerated. Gotcha. And this is like taking place, and there's an like the closest elf to you is like in the process of like disrobing, and he is wearing like this ogong head, this like strange, slightly porcine reptile. And he sees, is it Adriel wearing the lizard mask?
Yeah, I would have been wearing that.
He's like, it's not your turn. Get back there. And then he sees Walykos. What is this? And then
I've got a white raven.
Yeah. Then some other people turn to look at you too, and there's like maybe a moment of, what, you caught their attention to some degree that you just came in. And Duncan Mantavale is he is like in the process of disrobing himself, and he's like trying to prod like nudge the young boy to disrobe, and the young boy looks very uncomfortable. Or I should say young man. I don't know, he's like 13, so the young man looks very uncomfortable. The three like girl harlots, they seem like they're experienced. They're like engaged with the demon thing and are like just going to crazy town. And so you feel probably a mixture of strange revulsions and disgusts and maybe a morbid curiosity. So in the midst of all this white raven comes flapping in, and a gleam flares off of the bird. This time it is a brilliance that appears. It is so brilliant that these orb chandeliers that they have made pop. And these sparks come showering down. It casts the room into otherwise darkness, like the pitch black of night, except for the raven is at its center, like beaming white celestial radiance. And the fiendish thing recoils from that. And makes some comment in whatever tongue she speaks.
And that's.
And she,
I feel like that's when my dagger hits her.
your dagger probably like flies through as she leaves.
Oh,
She
she
just-
disappears.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just teleports or recalls herself, whatever.
She's
She
dismissed.
Yeah,
decides-
I
she decides
think
this was
at
not
this,
part of the deal.
yeah, I think at this point actually, like
People
Adriel would
begin
prob-
to scream and shout, and people begin to scatter, and it turns into like a chaos.
Yeah, I'm at this point. Adriel's going. So Duncan's like, he's like next to the bed, right?
Well, I wouldn't call it a bed, but more like a pit.
A pit. Okay, yeah. At this point,
Yeah,
Adriel
like
will just
a
like
carnal pleasure pit. Yeah.
Adriel will sort of
It's like
pull up
cushions
both of
and
his
stuff.
pull up both of his short swords, pull up
is
both of
the
his short
file.
swords, take his mask off, and then run up to Duncan and like I don't know if Duncan's gonna try and fight back or not, but put his blade up to his neck and say, "Grandfather, you have some explaining to do, I think."
So I took back the guy saying, say the password. So I'm going to give you a chance to take this back because if you can imagine it,
Oh, okay,
there's
maybe
this
it's just
celestial avian thing right there that's like beaming out
What?
heavenly
Yeah,
radiance.
give it a second.
Oh, I
Give
see.
it a
Okay,
second.
It's
never
like
mind.
this
Never mind.
Really
All right.
overwhelming presence, enough so that this demon like
I see.
disappeared
Fuck
or
off.
went, yeah, exactly, slithered back into hell. And people are like running, and the music has stopped. And Duncan is actually transfixed by the bird, and he like falls onto his knees, and he has like this like this look of awe upon his face, and he begins to weep. Tears start like welling up in his eyes and streaming down his pudgy cheeks. This man who has imbibed and probably taken, like, who you can only imagine how he's paying for these strange bacchanals with bizarre rituals taking place. He's probably not paying for that out of his own pocket. And he falls there and it's just like
I'm just thinking, like, did the bird?
yeah, so
just-
let
yeah.
that inform your actions. Go ahead, Adriel. And Walykos too.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, Adriel still thinks this guy's like kind of a piece of shit for like doing all this, whether he's like repentful or not.
Where's the boy? Did he run?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, where is the boy?
The boy is to the side. He didn't run away, but he kind of got back a little bit and kind of took some
I
cover,
would like
maybe
to-
behind a table.
I would try to tell him to get out of here. You know, like, go, flee now.
The boy looks at you, Walykos, and he
I have a white raven head.
shifts,
Oh,
grows to a full-on medium-size man with a strong jaw and long white hair, elven ears.
well, that changes
I-
a lot.
I'm very curious to see what happens here.
You know
Comes
what,
the voice of Corgain Makel.
Corgain? Well, I've been looking for you. And on that note, should we pause? You know, because it's like 3 hours and 30 minutes coming up.
wow.
Yeah, I
That
was
is a good
wondering.
dramatic point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fine. We'll leave on this another kind of cliffhanger.
I want to keep going, but I think this is the perfect pause before.
Yeah,
we get
it's a
too
pretty good
far.
spot. Yeah, it's a pretty good
I
spot.
agree because this will lead to much more. Okay, cool. Yeah. So interesting session in a couple of different ways, and to be continued.
To be continued, and this will be a great like cliffhanger for 2 weeks to think about.
Yeah. Cool. Well, there's interesting stuff to come. Thank you all for playing, and thank everybody who watched.
Oh, we did get we got a super chat for like $20.
Yes,
He
the
addressed
real
it.
Holtzinator. Thank you so much. It's hard for me to like break the narrative to say thanks and call out the recognition for the super chats, but very much appreciated. And if you have any requests, put them in at the beginning of next session or sometime next session. I'll remember your name, Real Holtzinator, and
Yeah,
I'll
I've
see if
seen-
I can get your
I've seen that
request
before.
worked into the session.
Indeed.
So once again, thanks to all, and see you next time.
See you next time,
See ya.
guys.